Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. Today we bring you our first dose of Championship action for the season. It's the first Championship game we've covered on TFC Live. Very exciting times and it's a very good game at that. We've got Southampton and Leicester, two sides who were in the Premier League last season. Both got relegated and now are pushing for promotion back to the promised land of the Premier League. Going to be an interesting one tonight. Maresco versus Martin. Should be a cracker. Are you excited, Harry?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think this will be an interesting one. Both sides have had interesting starts of the season. I think they've done really well, but that's without challenge. This is the big one that you always look at when you're a relegated side. How will you fare against the other sides who came down with you? This is a big game because realistically, at the start of the year, these two are known they'll be going up against each other for the title and Leeds. So this is a big 3 points to whoever can get it across the line.
Yeah, and if you see us make any gasps or frustrated noises, well, it's because we're watching Bayern Munich, Leverkusen, and Bayern Munich are, of course, already 1-0 up. But yeah, and Nick Lax says, hi Jack and Aaron, hello mate. I presume you are very excited for this game as a Southampton fan.
Not for you.
I think it's only the second time we've ever covered Southampton. I think the only other time was the Carabao Cup semi-finals.
Just 2 legs, wasn't it? I haven't watched Southampton.
Oh, and Newcastle Southampton in the league. So we watched and Newcastle Southampton in the cup because we did a triple up and we started to do that game in the middle, didn't we?
No.
I think I was asleep during that one. But yeah. Okay, says lovely bit of Brexit Championship football. That's what we're hoping for today. Though actually, I think we're going to see some really nice stuff. Both these teams play a really progressive and exciting brand of football, especially Russell Martin's. Well, actually both sides really, but I've watched a fair bit of Russell Martin's Southampton side. They love possession. They're not very good at creating chances, but they do love having possession. Very good on the ball. Just need to be a bit more clinical and actually create very good chances. Today, it will be interesting whether they've worked on that during the international break and whether that comes to any fruition. As for Enzo Maresca, well, it's very similar to Pep Guardiola. It's very possession-based football. So it's going to be really interesting to see the two very similar styles clash tonight and come together tonight. Should be interesting. Obviously, we'll get into predictions in a bit, but I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it will be. It's just going to be better. I mean, we got down to the Championship and we're just watching one of Pep's kind of...
minions, disciples.
Pep's disciples against Russell Martin. It's not really, that's kind of very similar to Premier League football.
Yeah, both very progressive coaches. You've not got any Tony Pulis. You've not got any... Well, even Hull. You've seen any Hull this season. They've played beautiful football, obviously, under Liam Rossini, right?
Yeah. I want to see a proper Mark Hughes versus Alex Neil and both teams just kick each other for 90 minutes. But we're going to see some interesting football. I hope, as you say, it doesn't get too repetitive. It's two similar styles, and especially a Southampton side that aren't very good at creating. But if you look at both sides this season and you look at the Championship, you're guaranteed goals. So it should be interesting.
Nick Nack's saying, I'm a bit nervous. Both teams will probably take a draw, question mark. Yeah, I think they probably would. I think if we got to the end of the evening and it was a draw, I think both sides would be fairly happy with that result. I don't think there'd be too much grievance there. And yeah, so I do agree with you there. Nack's saying, love possession but can't defend to save our lives. Well, I mean, the great example of that, obviously, the 4-4 draw with Norwich City, an insane game of football that. And I think we do expect to see goals tonight. It's the Championship, that's what happens.
I mean, you've got players like Che Adams and Jamie Vardy in their element. This is where they belong, in the second tier of
Adam Armstrong.
Oh, he's firing. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't know what the Southampton defence is.
We've not actually gone through the lineups yet, have we?
But has Flynn Downs at centre half, and that can't be true. If not, I can see why they'd concede 7.
You can tell it's been a week between doing this because we've completely forgotten to go through the lineups. Let's go through them now. We are, of course, at St Mary's for tonight's game. We'll start with the home side, Southampton. They line up in a 4-4-2, we believe. It's Gambazunu in between the sticks. A flat back four then of Walker Peters, Howard Best. It has Flynn Downs at centre half on the FootMob lineup, but I don't quite believe that. I guess we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure Nick Nack will be able to answer how this actually sets up. Maybe it looks more like a 3, would be my best guess, a 3-5-2, something like that. But he's in at centre half apparently, and then Ryan Manning obviously at left back. Across the 4, it's Edozie, Smallbone, Charles, obviously Shea Charles, new signing from Man City, and Ryan Fraser. And then in the front 2, Adams and Armstrong. So a lot of familiar faces to the Championship, a lot of exciting young talents.
I have
exactly what you want to say, isn't it?
Kay Adams, Adam Armstrong and Ryan Fraser in their natural habitat. This should be really exciting. I think it's a good, as you say, it's a good Southampton side. But so far they've guaranteed a lot of goals. But for them that's a positive and a negative. The positive, they've scored a load. Adams and Armstrong went on fire. They've been smashing goals left, right, and centre. But that defence has looked a little shaky. And against the Leicester side, who look very, very good going forward, they will find it hard to keep a clean sheet.
Well, I was actually going to say, against the Leicester side, who are the complete opposite. They're a very good defensive unit, but have struggled to find goals at times. They have just about got results over the line, though. It's been 1-0, it's been 2-1. Results like that, but they're taking points, and they're doing well. They did lose last time out to Hull, I believe. So I will just double-check that. But, 1-0 loss at home to Hull. But other than that, they've been fairly consistent, just picking up the wins and, by only 1-goal margin. So it's going to be an interesting thing of Southampton having a great attack but no defence, and Leicester having this superb defence and not really being too exciting on the attack. So should be a real cracker in that regard. As for that Leicester lineup then, we have got Hermansen in between the sticks, a back four of Justin, Doyle, Vestergaard and Pereira, midfield three of Ndidi, Winks and Dewsbury Hall, and then across the front three, Casey McAteer, Vardy and Steffi Mavadidi. All very talented players. It's a very good Leicester side, as you'd expect from a team that's just come down from the Premier League. They are both very much Premier League relegation teams, aren't they? Their sides, like we've seen in previous seasons with Burnley and such, you've got a couple of players who have been there for years, and then a couple of players that just didn't get moved on, and then like a few young talents and stuff that they've brought in to try and get them up into the Premier League. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. They're a far cry from the situation at Leeds, which is an absolute shit show. But yeah, Leverkusen coming forward here, by the way, with a lot of numbers. I was hoping they'd actually score, but no. Versus
but I think it's an interesting championship so far that is coming out. Obviously, Leicester and Southampton both at the top of the pecking order, up there with Norwich, which is expected. They're a couple of years out.
Obviously, Preston, one of the only sides unbeaten so far, top of the league.
Yeah.
On 13 points. Then joint on 12 is Ipswich and Leicester. Then on 11 points is Birmingham and Hull. And then on 10 points, Norwich and Southampton. It's all in the top 7, that.
Yeah, I mean, I think both sides will take the draw. They'll expect to get jumped today unless they... it jumped across this weekend unless they win, because Hull have got Coventry, which should be a win, and Ipswich travel to Sheffield's Wednesday, which should also be a win. And Preston look really good no matter who they're playing.
They've got newly promoted Plymouth, of course, who have looked good to start the season. 7 points from 5 matches, but you would expect Preston in the form they're in to win there. So
for a team that loses, they'll probably lose a bit of ground at the top, but it's early days. We're only a few games into the season, so it's a big game, but obviously it's not going to be it's not going to be suddenly panic if they do lose.
Yeah, indeed. And Birmingham also up there. They travel to Watford, so should be a win.
I don't know how Birmingham are there.
Well, they've had a good start to the season.
I know, but they're not really
And
good.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He plays quarterback for them. But yeah, finally league action back. Indeed, Caden. You'd love to see it, obviously. Yeah. The return this weekend of the Premier League, the Championship, and, well, pretty much League One. There was one game, I think, that happened last weekend. So.
Yeah, so they all got both there. I think you've got so many, young players that are playing down in the lower divisions.
Foreign players like Gibraltar. The Gibraltar players all seem to play in the English divisions now and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a brilliant what advertisement of the English football pyramid that we've got. Even down to the third tier of English football, you've got international players, and too many international players that no games can really go ahead. So, I think it's a fantastic representation.
Yeah.
But Joe, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, mate. It's, we've got 5 minutes away from kickoff, so we'll probably get into some predictions. Will I change the channel over, Harry? What is your prediction for today's game?
I think it's gonna be a close one. I know the sides are gonna run away with it. As you say, they're both good outfits. One really strong defence, one really strong attack, and both have a bit of a weaker either side. So it should be interesting. Leicester, not too many goals in their games. Southampton have had a lot of goals. So I'm going to go somewhere in between. I'll go Leicester 2, Southampton 1. I think Leicester will just pip it. But it's going to go either way. I'm going to go for a defensive error, though, that will let Southampton down. I think they'll open scoring through Adams. Vardy will then equalise, and it'll be a winner from... what are we thinking here? A winner from Dewsbury Hall.
Fair enough. Everyone in chat is saying Leicester. I'm going to back Southampton for this one. No real thinking behind that one. Obviously, last time out they were abysmal against Sunderland, but I just have a feeling they're going to do well today. So I will go 2-1 Southampton. I think they excite me going forwards. I'll go Che Adams with a goal. I will say... I'm surprised Carlos Alcaraz doesn't start for them today, but yeah, I would expect him to see him start. But yeah, I'll go Che Adams, I'll go Walker Peters, and I will go Adam Armstrong.
Problem is for him,
great at this level.
Is where, because Armstrong and Adams are absolute flames at the moment.
Well, he could play out on the right, couldn't he?
Yeah, it'd be interesting how they do line up in the
Teller as well, someone we haven't really mentioned build up, but he's exciting.
Expect a 3 back. I think both sides have got really good benches.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Leicester, by the way, today's midfield is... And who is it? Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, Ndidi.
Yeah,
they're not Championship players, but Dewsbury Hall, by the way, I have to say, he deserved a move to the Premier League. I'm surprised he's not there.
I don't know what Leicester said to their players because they've kept the majority of their squad.
Well, you got to think Vardy makes sense because he's older. After that, it's like, well, Wout Face weren't going to go anywhere. After last season, his only contribution was for Liverpool.
Surprised he showed his face.
Wait. But yeah, Dewsbury Hall, I think, was the only one I'm surprised in getting. Obviously, Maddison left, Barnes left. Indeed, maybe I could have seen getting a Prem move, but he spent a lot of last season on this subs bench, so... And the injuries. So,
yeah, but I mean... So it's a big game, Southampton, because not only is it against their title rivals, not only is it, a big 3 points on a Friday night, but, I mean, before the international break, that loss to Sunderland, after nicking two of their best players, they got torn apart by a Sunderland side that has had a bit of an up and down start to the season. That was really poor from them. They will want to respond to that.
Oh, yeah, severely weakened Sunderland. Yeah. Obviously, they didn't renew loan deals to key players from last season, like Amad Diallo or Edo Amishu, so that, very weakened Sunderland side, yet they still put 5. Southampton. Looking at predictions in chat then, Chelsea fans going 1-0 Leicester, Nick Nack going 3-2 Leicester. Nothing back in his own, nothing Nick Nack's back in the same today. Caden says 3-1 Leicester due to that big loss away at Sunderland last time out. So, I agree with you really, but I'm going against it. Southampton, by the way, the highest average possession. Just getting that stat in there, 71%. That is incredible, but... Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of passes tonight at both ends of the pitch. It's which team can actually capitalise on all that possession and get some goals.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be interesting to see. But it's going to look like a 4-back for Southampton with Shay Charles in the back four.
Adam Armstrong in midfield potentially.
Really?
I think that does make some sense there. Yeah,
that looks bizarre to me, but. I mean, sure, if that's what works, that works, but I'm not too sure if that's right. I don't think anyone knows what Russell Martin's done here. I think Yannick Vestergaard, I believe, is the only one who's playing for both sides. He's returning to St Mary's since he left Southampton. Was it in January last year?
Just an interesting note then on that, by the way, with Armstrong, is he didn't play midfield in the last 2 games, but he did play midfield against Plymouth. So has been used in that midfield role they do play a 4-3-3 Southampton.
Who played him back to for that one?
Stevens and Bednarek.
Stevens is now injured, and I believe so is Bednarek.
And they used Holgate obviously in the Sunderland game, and he was shocking.
Yeah.
So
I put Shay Charles there.
Yeah, they had Holgate and Bednarek against Sunderland. Tonight they play...
Harwood Bellison.
Yeah, Harwood Bellison. Probably Shay Charles.
Wow, okay, fair enough. So
it is a bit of a weak backline as well.
Gone, no, we're not using you. I mean, obviously, Jamie Vardy, like St Mary's, scored a hat-trick when Leicester beat him 9-0. Could we see another 9-0 today? Well, I mean,
I was going to say, the Sunderland games, I think
we go like Sunderland game and for a cracker. But, Jamie Vardy back in the Championship. He hasn't hit the ground running as hard as maybe you'd expect, but I guess that's because he's a bit older. I was going to say,
I think this is what I would have expected, to be honest, but yeah. So, interesting, by the way, so the live chat saying everyone going for Leicester, really, but the poll in chat, 43% Southampton, 43% Leicester, 14% draw, so very split in the poll. Make sure to have your say in the poll if you haven't already. We are about to get underway. I believe there is a minute's silence, though. Before Nick asking what that's for,
not quite sure.
Good, perfect honest, I'm not sure either. So We'll try and work that out in a moment. And Nick saying free subs for every Southampton goal. Well, if any Southampton players want a free sub, they better get on the score sheet tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd love to see some Southampton goals.
Yeah, goals. That's what's in gold.
But yeah. Joe Martin welcome to the stream saying Southampton 1, Leicester 4. Oh no, sorry, Southampton 1-0. 1 Leicester 0. 4th of March 2023 was the last time they played each other. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
Last time they played during the Championship was January 2012. So it's been over a decade.
Yeah. Obviously, Southampton were promoted not long after that, I believe.
No, yeah, and then Leicester followed suit after that.
Well, yeah, one of them must have been promoted that same season, but... So I'm guessing that was Southampton, and then, Leicester. Not long after that at all. But yeah, the Science showing solidarity with Morocco earthquakes and Libyan floods. Okay, yeah. Makes sense then for a good cause. I did see as well a quick shout out to the Morocco players who were gifting blood in order to help with the crisis in their home country. So yeah, fantastic to see.
Of course, they were meant to play. They were over there because they were meant to play the game, weren't they?
Yeah, indeed. Russell Martin saying average. His stat is average 64%.
Well, he hasn't, has he? He's not kicked the ball around the team, has he? No, I think Russell Martin's only 3 games away from 100 Championship games. Mental.
Yeah, he's done 2 seasons with Swansea, and then the start of this campaign. Yeah, I guess it makes sense, doesn't it?
Crazy.
I ran quite highly though. I think it's quite.
I remember him as centre half.
For a fullback, no.
I swear it's centre half.
He played centre half as well, but I think he was predominantly a right back.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're about to get underway here at St Mary's. Southampton get us started. Adams knocks it back to Walker-Peters, and we're underway here. So. Going to be interesting to see tonight. It does already look like a 3-back in possession with Walker-Peters inverting into the double pivot, which it makes sense with how a lot of top teams build up nowadays. And starting quickly here are Leicester. Mavadidi puts it across the box, falls to Vardy, 1-0 inside 20 seconds for Leicester. Jamie Vardy scores in the Championship. That's something we're very, very used to. Southampton 0, Leicester 1. What a start for the Foxes.
Well, I mean, we've only had 20 seconds, don't really know what happened. Southampton, we know they like their possession. That's what they've tried to do. They've tried to play out the back. They've lost it early. And Leicester pick it up. 3 passes, falls to Vardy near the penalty area.
I mean, this is
Jamie Vardy doesn't miss from there.
So I believe it's Charles starting on the back line. His pass forward's cut out by Mavadidi. He bursts forwards here. 1-2 with Vardy. He tries to play it inside, and it clips back to Vardy, who tucks it home.
Jamie Vardy does not miss from there. I mean, I don't know. I'm getting a deja vu from the 9-0. You never know.
Oh, they're on track.
I mean, for a team that lost 5-0 in their last competitive club game,
it just comes off downs there.
Conceding 21 seconds in, that's gonna get in your head. And Jamie Vardy, coldest man in St Mary's,
slotted it away under no real pressure there. And they're giving it away again, Southampton. They've got to wake up because this could get embarrassing quickly.
I called it now.
Here's Vardy. Plays it out wide. Mavadidi.
Nick,
he's looking excellent, Steffi Mavadidi. Ball in, and it's cleared away.
No, it's not.
Back into the box. Put down to Ndidi, and it's cleared away. Winks. Pereira. A dozy there, brought down, trying to break away.
A pillow, some tissues, and probably something to eat as well. It's going to be a long night at this rate.
And that's saying no way. What a disaster. I mean, there's literally no other way
9-0
to describe that. 9-0 going, says Caden. Wow, what a start for Leicester, says Chelsea fan. You're spot on there. Leicester starting fast. Southampton slow out the blocks, and they've been punished.
I can't believe we just talking about we're just having a chat. Well, they're knocking the ball around and just a bit sloppy.
I don't know why Ryan Manning thinks he's got a throw in here.
I think just look at his Leicester team. It's such a Premier League, like James Justin, Ricardo Pereira,
even Vestergaard.
Yeah, names that belong in the Premier League.
Callum Doyle, he's a fantastic player. We saw it at Coventry City last season. What a talent he is.
And I think that shows. I think these squads still show how Southampton were down and out very quickly. How Leicester hung on to the final day, because this Southampton side is very Championship.
Coming forwards again now, Leicester. Here's Ndidi, and he's not going to get to that now. Roll out free. Southampton goal kick. Just relieve the pressure for a moment. Take a moment. Nick Nack saying, can I change my prediction?
I think that's why this
9-0.
pressure foot works. When you're so comfortable early on, when you're still warming into the game in front
It's shocking. Dewsbury Hall. He's messed it up there.
Hang on.
Winks, it's still alive, go down the box, falls to Dewsbury Hall, takes a shot, it's blocked.
Wow, what a let-off.
Southampton have to wake up.
Dewsbury Hall should have made it 2-0, but the pass to Vardy was woeful. He should have hit it.
What are Southampton doing? So Bazunu here gives it to Howard Best. He just goes, no, what I'm going to do? Just pass it to Dewsbury Hall.
Why didn't he hit it?
Try to play it across,
not
flicked
enough.
away by Walker Peters. They try then to, it's a bit of a
Winks
scramble,
didn't keep it alive,
blocked
did
by KWP.
Wow.
This is shocking.
I mean, Hart-Bellis, Sloppy, Charles Sloppy, the two centre-halves they brought in to replace Holgate, Vednarek and all that, who've either got injured or been rubbish.
Instead
They
of
look woeful. That's from it. He's very inexperienced back two.
And by the way, Ryan Sheen went to the stream. Good to see you. The classic high full stop, Brian. Good to see you, mate. But Howard Bellis was part of a very, very solid championship defence last season.
He was getting there.
The championship wing defence. And yet, he looks completely out of his depth.
I'll be honest.
Southampton trying to break quickly here, though. Adams, then his touch lets him down. They've been faulted.
Now, Dewsbury Hall scored there. I said 9-0 immediately.
Okay, now Southampton can try and get the ball down, play some possession.
I thought Mavididi was going to get there.
Small bone. Tries to play out wide. It's come back to Southampton here, though, the ball. Dozy gives it to Che Adams. Adams, can he pick up a pass in the box?
What a tackle.
It was going towards Adam Armstrong, and it's intercepted by James Justin there, just getting in front of that ball. But Southampton showing the punch they can pack on the counter-attack.
Quite a prayer at lost. Dozy's got
good from Adams. And then without James Justin there, that's 1-0.
You know, Dozy, could he chuck himself out of that ball that comes back across from Adams? It's a good tackle, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't meaning to head of Justin. Yeah. He's firm, he's closer to the ball than Justin was.
Good play from the Saints. You're not wrong there, Nick Nack. Much more encouraging signs from Southampton. Ball in now. Flicked on and then cleared away by Leicester. Someone from Southampton's got to be.
Bit of a net there, ran through the whole box. And also a touch there from
Bazunu. Could take a moment in possession. He's going to go long, looking for the run of a Dozy. Charging for it in the air. Pereira loses it.
I think Bazuni's got a point to prove because we know he's a good goalkeeper, but last year, I mean, I know most of it wasn't his fault, but he did have a horror show. You know, in the Southampton team of last year, the amount of goals they shipped, the amount of save he didn't make.
Equally, I would say on that, though, he did, I think, in terms of XG on target, I think he did all right, to be fair. I think he performed above average.
100 shots every game.
Well, exactly. It's really hard to judge. Like, Pickford looks immense, but when the Everton defence is completely pointless, it's hard to judge, isn't it?
This is vintage EFL. This is, you know, scoring early on, end to end already. This is what we expected. This is what we like to see.
Don't get this in the Premier League.
No, even if this was last year and was in the Premier League, this would 0-0 until the 63rd minute.
Because it'd be such a cagey affair. Because both sides would know that this is a relegation 6-pointer.
Yeah, and when James Hall-Palace free kick, they were right deadlock. None of that can happen today.
Hermanson quite far out of his goal there. If he made a mistake,
they're finally bought a goalkeeper.
Winks.
After watching a mixture of Danny Ward and Daniel Iverson.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen much of Leicester this season, but I'm not too sure who this Hermanson guy is. In fact, I haven't heard of him until I saw him.
He cannot be worse than last year.
No, I don't think he can, but...
Because Danny Ward just was flat hands and Iverson wasn't much better.
Leicester trying to come forwards there. It was decent play, but just a slightly mistimed pass. Now it's Manning. Gives it out wide to Fraser. Manning tries to go back down the line, but cut out Justin. And now here's Casey McAteer. Can he make something happen, the young lad? Dinks a ball on top of the goal. And it is literally on top of the goal, going over.
The latest game's gone on to shoot.
Obviously, McAteer burst onto the scene, really, in the last few games. Got a brace against Rotherham. Came through the youth academy.
I like the mix of the front three. McAteer, you know, youth prospect, looks exciting. Vardy, experienced English marksman. You know, he scored tonight. He's renowned for his scoring. Also, he still holds that Premier League record of 11 consecutive games scored in. Insane. And I think Mavididi which again is exciting. Kind of, 25, 26.
Southampton with the ball high at the pitch, by the way. Here's Che Adams. Has a dozy on one side, goes alone, and it's a good stop from Hermansen. His tall frame helping him there. No.
But yeah, better from Southampton. That's a good. Che Adams can't really do much better from this. With he curls it round Vestergaard, does well. Edge of the area. It's a decent attempt, but a good save.
Not sure what Martin sees in Manning, says Nick Nack. Yeah, obviously they work together at Swansea, so I'm guessing they've got a close relationship. But
I mean, obviously it's not first choice. Who's the injured I can't remember his name now. Injured left back.
Larios.
Yes. Yes. I'm guessing he's probably first choice, or at least he'd probably.
I don't know, because they just signed Manning, obviously, from Swansea.
But I thought he might have been a replacement. Or did Larios get injured after he joined?
No, Larios been injured for a while. He got injured in November of last year, I think.
I didn't realise he was a good club.
Juan Larios?
No.
Oh, he's a young, Colombian, I want to say, fullback for Southampton.
I thought they signed him and he got injured in the first couple of games.
Spanish. No, he's a 19-year-old. They've had him. They bought him last September, but he got injured in November. He got injured.
We'll see how good he is when he comes back.
Yeah, picked up a really nasty injury.
I'm not expecting him to be world class.
He's been out for 9 months now with that. So, yeah.
Walker Peters is an interesting one. He's that is now the 4th goal this season that Southampton conceded in the first 15 minutes. They do not start games at all.
Oh, sorry, no, he picked up another injury, Larios, in the start of August. 10th of August. So horrible luck for him, but he's expected back later this month.
Alright. That's good.
Positive news for anyone who's not a fan of Ryan Manning.
Everyone. Dewsbury, indeed. Look at this. This is beautiful football until that happened. Dewsbury picks up again. Smallbone through the back. And Leicester free kick. Will Smallbones intrigues me. I never thought he was all... I mean, I know he's only 21, to be honest. I never thought he was all that. But from his cameos that he got in the Premier League and in the cup competitions, he didn't look too great. Also, how's he bald at 21?
Oh, he's got alopecia.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was going to say. He's got the same less Matt hair as Bobby Madley, and Bobby Madley's in his nearly 40.
Yeah.
He's very old.
I mean, I think Smallbone is quite good. He's never really had loads of minutes in the Championship, has he? I think he was on loan at Swansea, I want to say, last season. I think he was working with Russell Martin. Might be wrong. Go check now.
Speaking of Bobby Madley, he's got a chat here with Tommy Doyle.
Oh, sorry, he's on loan at Stoke.
Who's Flynn Downs is an interesting one, I think, as well, for Southampton in that park on loan from West Ham.
You expect him to do well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
He doesn't replace a contribution that Ward-Prowse brings.
Oh, no.
There's been a noticeable change in Southampton since they lost Ward-Prowse.
Because they can't suddenly go, we're 0-0, here comes Ward-Prowse, bang, goal.
But do you also think that perhaps Southampton are lacking leadership? I mean, Armstrong takes the armband tonight, I believe.
I mean, especially with players like...
wow. Huge error.
That's all right, because, what is going
Winks.
on? That is so Championship.
Well, Winks has held the ball really well there. Now Pereira, and they're breaking away quickly here, Leicester. Justin dinks one into the box. And it's just
Winks.
Cleaned away. Cleared away.
Well, you used to Tottenham. Miscommunication to defence. Harry Winks could just run through, and he just falls over. I noticed
Ward-Prowse used to dictate play for us, by the way, Nick Nett's saying as well. So
yeah. I think it's intriguing to see. I think that leadership, but Stephens, Bednarek, not involved in the squad. I mean, Walker Peters is probably the most senior player. Adams or Armstrong.
Yeah, it'd have to be Adams. Yeah,
but I wouldn't really. I'm no offense, Chad. I don't look at him and go leader.
Well, yeah, Armstrong is the one with the captain's armband tonight. So
again, I don't look. I look at him as bang average ex-Blackburn striker.
But not even the band Blackburn striker in the last half of the decade.
It doesn't feel like it's a great situation for Southampton right now, but they're doing what they can. They're still, in and around the top lot, so they won't.
The thing is, I think with Southampton, their side is more than good enough to see off the likes of the bottom half of the table, like Preston. They should be beating. I just think that when they play teams like Leicester tonight. Ooh. I don't know if they've got the quality to match them. I mean, even Norwich, they were quite fortunate to still be in that game. I think Norwich were much the better side there.
think Ipswich Preston will give them a good game.
I mean, we saw what Sunderland did to them, and I don't even think they're
I'm
that
intrigued to
impressive a
see
team.
what Leeds can do. They're starting to look less horrific each week.
Yeah, I mean, if players like
When they beat
Gononto and
Ipswich,
Somerville
then
and
it could be good.
Sinistera can be convinced of the project for this season at least.
I think it's that
They've got very
interesting
good
thing.
players
Obviously,
there.
last year, none of the teams, only Burnley who went down came back up, right?
No,
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United. Teams that have been down the last few
Yeah,
seasons.
but like Luton snuck in there. That's what other teams could Preston do that. I don't know. I think I run out of steam.
Well,
Ipswich, I think the same. I think that loss to Leeds shows they've still got a few steps to go before they're right at the sharp end.
Something from a pure data and stats point of view, of the last few years, what's been a noticeable trend is that the top two are both in receipt of parachute payments. So for those clubs, we'd be looking at the likes of Norwich, Southampton, Leicester, Leeds, Watford. Obviously, still in receipt of parachute payments, probably not in realistic consideration. And then the playoff spot tends to go to a club like that hasn't been in the Premier for a while. So Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Luton Town. So, I mean, if based off that, they might win the ball up the pitch here.
How they not
And it's saved well by Hermansen. It's hit. He just hits it at Hermansen.
It's like good recovery.
But if so, based off that, could you see something like like Leicester City, Norwich City, and then Ipswich, Hull?
Yeah, I think Hull maybe. That's a good shout. I think Ipswich have still got a few steps to go.
They're really impressed. Obviously, they've got big backing now from their Turkish billionaire. They've got Liam Rosenior, I believe, is their head coach, right?
They do look good.
I mean, we say that they're 1-0 down now to Coventry. Coventry just scored.
I mean, they're playing this chant getting mauled by the Tigers. So
now the Tigers are getting mauled.
Yeah.
By the Robins.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That was their manager, isn't it? Mark Robins.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what Coventry's nickname is.
What are Coventry?
Knick-Knack says, I don't know, Sky Blues, I think.
Sky
That's what they
Blues.
tend to be called.
Pathetic.
Knick-Knack says, have not scored yet. Well, it would help if Jones didn't just hit it straight at Hermansen when they win the ball out of the pitch.
You can lose quite a few games and still challenge the top in town. Yeah, Championship Southampton. I think it changed each week.
Like Burnley didn't get a win their first 5 or something like that. And they won the league by canter. So, I don't know. I'm not counting anyone out yet. I still think QPR could win the league.
I mean, that playoff race last year was crazy. You know, like it wasn't it like 4th down to 10th, 9th could all get into the playoffs.
Yeah, in like the final 2 days, the final 2 weeks of the season or something like that, yeah.
And Tim Sherwood's going mental because Millwall just conceded.
So, yeah, we didn't do any championship predictions or anything like that. What would be your predicted top 2? Obviously, we've seen 5 games now. We're into the 6th game week this weekend. What would be your loose predictions?
I think we need
live. What, right at the top?
I think we Leicester champions, Southampton second, and then I think Leeds will lose the playoff final to probably Hull right now, because I think Preston and Ipswich will not be able to keep it right. Don't know what's happened to them. Coventry have started a little bit slow, but they're by sounds like they're
they beat Hull today.
Yeah. I think you can never call the championship. Like halfway through, we could do predictions and they'd be horrifically wrong.
Yeah, I think if I was to say anything, I'm actually, from seeing Norwich at the minute, I'm really impressed.
Yeah, I think Norwich.
And they're playing some really good stuff, so I would have them right up there. I think they'll get promoted this season, and I think they'll be up there with
Be nice to have
probably
a
Leicester
race.
at the minute.
See, last year we had the playoff race. Be nice to have but Burnley and Sheffield United waltzed it. Be nice to have a playoff race.
Bit of a bold prediction. I don't think Leeds will get playoffs. I don't think they'll finish in the top 10.
I'm intrigued to see what Leeds do because they look better against Ipswich. They've got, I don't know who they've got tomorrow. I know they've got Watford the week after. But be interesting how they do.
Martin looks frustrated, I have to say. Looks very frustrated on the sidelines.
Maresca's so pep. He's just sat down the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, his team are playing good football. They're capitalising on mistakes.
Russell Martin's pulling his hair out.
And while speaking of mistake, he got the ball. And if he's not frustrated already, Russell Martin, he will be now. Casey McAteer doubles Leicester's advantage. That was shocking from Southampton. Once again, they're playing it too slow out the back. The error is capitalised on, and it's one pass through to Casey McAteer, and he's found his 3rd goal in 3 games. A very good run of form for the youngster.
Unlike the likes of Plymouth and that, Leicester aren't going to sit here and just watch Southampton pass the ball around all night. They're going to nick it off them, and they're not ready for that. Bazunu on the ball here.
Playing against a pet pressing system, what did you expect?
Gives it out wide, and it's just sloppy triangles.
No, it's not Walker Peters' fault.
No, I know, but it's
smashed it in by Smallbone.
And then
that's a great run, by the way. Casey McAteer here gets between the two defenders. If you watch his movement,
Manning doesn't even know he's there. Just runs in front of him.
Run there.
Manning's nowhere near
just finds the space and he tucks it past Bazunu. Excellent from the young lad.
Smallbone, Walker Peters, and Charles in this silly little triangle. Then Dewsbury Hall slots it through.
McAteer in possession.
Oh, he could have taken an extra touch if he really wanted to, because Manning's nowhere near him.
And yeah, Bazunu no real chance there. Throws himself at it, but Martin is not happy at all.
There you go, bollocking half time. At this point, they're going to be 5-0 down. 9-0 on the cards, anyone?
Nick Nack saying, oh dear. Okay, going, wow, Nick Nack, how are you? yeah.
I mean, are you so far, a goal every 9 minutes, that would mean 10-0 plus additional time.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
We're on the money. We're on the money, guys. It's going to happen.
I think it's Southampton good in forward. Southampton 2 points.
Who scores? The one that Che Adams won the... Whoa, dear.
Attempts across.
Yeah, I took me like Manning, so far he's watched McAteer run past him and score, and he's just put in not the greatest cross in the world.
No, not the great. The fact that's even defines a cross.
Russell Martin now dotting his Bielsa. He's also pulling up the grass and sprinkling it back down.
Maybe he's thinking if he just rips up the turf, they'll have to call off the game.
Or he's getting ready to throw, and it's left run down that left-hand side.
Speaking of stupidly called off games, did you see I think it was Scunthorpe Bradford? It was at Scunthorpe. Bradford were 2-1 up, I believe. And in the 94th minute, the game was called off due to a waterlogged pitch because the rain just bucketed down and then all spilled onto the pitch. And they called off the fixture there and they classed it as replay.
Why?
With a minute left. And of the additional time.
I think Scunthorpe might put those drones in the sky and put it absolutely bucket it down.
Yeah.
Like, it rained nowhere else in the vicinity.
No one's in Scunthorpe to verify it.
Yeah.
People are going, yeah, that's probably true.
Who lives in Scunthorpe?
Nick Nack's saying, this is Saints all over, especially under Martin. Teams don't need to play well against us. Just wait for us to give the ball away in stupid areas. It's just the problem at the moment is the build-up phase, and it's the fact there just doesn't seem to be enough players in it. Given how high Leicester are pushing up, they need someone else to drop in if they could try and play with them.
Well, I was going to say, it feels like they're playing out the back with a load of players that have never played out the back before. Because they don't know what they're doing. Every time they put the pressure on, like Smallbone under pressure, just like, I'm going to welly this at Walker Peters and that's his problem.
Well, they may not play this specific system though. They're all players that have played out from the back. I mean, we look at Howard Bellis. He did that at Burnley last season.
Also, they're professional footballers.
Shea Charles would have done it all the way through the academy system.
Pass out the back. You know what to do.
Adam Armstrong here gives it out wide. Is Ryan Fraser getting there? He is. It's
my!
And it almost comes off the face of Steppy Mavrodidi and goes in. Fortunately for Leicester, though, it's out for a corner. Wow. Caden saying, I reckon 8-0 by 76th minute. And it'll be 99. It'll be the 9th in the 88th.
I'm probably sticking my 2 on prediction now. I've already seen Leicester's 2 goals. Boy, man, not happening. So it's in the middle. They're going to retake the corner.
My 3-1 prediction's already wrong.
Here you go, watch it back. Price puts the ball in, and it's flicked on by Adams. A bit of just Ricardo Pereira just sticks a boot out, kicks it onto Mavrodidi's head, and it goes towards his own goal, just past the post.
Pinballs around there.
Ball back in, kept alive, falls to Fraser. Did he struck it? Oh dear, he shouldn't have.
He struck it. It was not struck it well though.
But they're going to need something like that to get all deflection, take another corner. They're going to need something like that to go in there.
Yeah. Just need fortune to fall on their side at the minute.
Yeah. Halfway through his first half, he's flying. But by the way, that's it. Over Championship games, Premier League games, we sit and watch 0-0, and it is so dull and nothing happens. We're clock watching. I've looked at the clock and gone, blimey, we're halfway through the half already.
Yeah, Smallbone on the ball now. Sprays out wide. Fraser brings it down. Wow. Can he make something happen? Gives it to Armstrong, and not Armstrong, sorry. Howard Bellis is very high position.
If someone's lying on the floor, the fact they're centre half's on the left wing, I'd play the bloody ball out.
Yeah, why didn't he go quickly? Like Leicester.
They're just sat in the corner. I've got a centre half.
Welcome to the stream, by the way. Leicester biggest fan. Who do you support? Saying Leicester City going to win no matter what, lads. Yeah, I mean,
They look brilliant.
By the looks of it so far, by the measure of play, I think it's
Against
fine.
the Southampton side that just gives you the ball, they're clinical. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
When you got players like Jamie Vardy and Casey McAteer who are going to finish their chances like they have brilliantly.
Bazunu just trying to lift out to Edozie. I don't know why he's trying that, but it's not working. And a complete cock up defensively again.
What is
Bazunu has come flying out and
got that right.
Yes.
He's lucky he's got
Not
that
very well
right.
there, to be fair to him.
He has done really well, but if he gets that wrong, it's a red card.
They've let Pereira now bursting forwards. Way too much.
Okay, he thought he was Ronaldo. He's going to take everyone
But
on.
way too much respect given.
Yeah.
Adozie's let him glide past him there.
Yeah, Southampton have given him way too much kudos. It's
Manning.
unbelievable.
Adams, Armstrong, they could break here, the Saints, though. They've been boxing their own half for most of this game, and Adams has tried an over-ambitious ball.
Lazy.
And Johansson will pick that up.
That's lazy. He got the ball, didn't want to do the work, so he thought, I'm just going to try and level this back at Armstrong.
Yeah, so nothing, no change yet in that Hull Coventry game. Still 1-0 to the away side. Do you see any way back for Southampton tonight, or does it already feel like it's doomed?
If they get to half-time at 2-0, maybe. But if Leicester get one or two more for the half, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Martin would literally just sit there and go, what's the point? You've just thrown, but we're not going to go out there and score 4 goals.
Charles. Back to Bazunu.
Maybe that'd be vintage championship, wouldn't it? They were 4-0 at half-time, drew 4-4. It
That's
would be a cracker.
Literally everything. Bazunu over the top. I'm afraid I can't really do anything with it.
No.
Oh, but it falls to Adams. Plays it through to Edozie. Edozie!
Score.
Yeah, he has
Oh.
finished it. Well, that's one back at least. Southampton 1, Leicester 2. The game is not dead yet then.
Goals are flying in this,
I was
right?
going to say 2-1 Leicester now. Southampton will be happy with that one. Edozie, I mean, it's a bit of a weird one. I don't really know how Leicester have given it away there. Callum Dill just got caught in possession by Che Adams. He slots through Edozie. It's a very, very nice finish.
Yeah, I mean, they've
again.
got playing the back, they've got long.
Bazunu long ball. Somehow Ryan Fraser
Doyle
come
hit.
away
Weirdly,
with the area, but he
runs
missed
over
it. He just ran past the ball.
Chav's there smart, he doesn't
And then
shoot.
it's a depth finish from Samuel Edozie, and Southampton are back in it.
Well, I did not see that coming.
I did not see.
Don't know what Doyle's doing
I
there.
did not see Ryan Fraser winning an aerial.
No.
Very good finish from Edozie, that has to be said.
Yeah. And they're right back in this
This
now.
game's had everything though,
Yeah.
and I mean,
don't know,
well,
look.
called it with the thumbnail players on the thumbnail. Edozie and McAteer both in the goals. So
Yeah.
I'm taking that as a mini prediction. And Nick Knack, thank you so much, mate.
He's done it again.
Sticking to his word there. So obviously saying
Did he?
that if Southampton score, he said he'll
didn't see
gift
that.
a sub. I did mention it, but yeah.
Ah.
And Southampton get a goal. Thank you very much, Nick Knack. Appreciate it massively. And Chelsea fan there gifted the membership. So yeah, always great to see you. And membership getting gifted, isn't it?
Right.
Goes to someone in chat who turns up to every stream.
Much appreciated, both of you.
Yeah.
No, it's Gary Vibes. No. Thinking, where is Gary?
Probably asleep.
That's like maybe fancy getting up early in the morning to watch Southampton Leicester. Equally, he's going to wake up and go, well, I've missed that absolute crack.
And then probably put on, what game is it tomorrow morning? Wolves Liverpool.
Yeah. Wow, he wasted time.
That will be.
I don't really know how to call this now because we've sat here for ages going, oh, Leicester tearing them apart, they look rubbish. This is what Championship does.
And Nick Knack also celebrating it there, saying one goal could change things, and they're going 2-1, hooray.
But it just, it's just what Championship does. I don't want to say now because you can really out the game and suddenly you're back in it, and that was late one from James Vardy there, and I think rest just like I can't be bothered.
The Saints needed a miracle. Well, it felt like they needed a miracle to get back in it, but they have Christ the Redeemer themselves so far. Don't know if I've got many more Saints Christian puns in me, but there's no rustling the Bible, is there?
Mm.
Here is Bazunu now. Happy to take his time in possession, not under too much pressure right this second. But now Vardy applies the press. He's going to go long with it, looking again for Ryan Fraser. I don't know why he's always on the counter-attack. Justin there just hooking it up in the air. Armstrong almost brings it down. Indeedy. Now it falls to Downs. And Manning. Armstrong. Comes across field. Tries to play it through. Winks. Armstrong. Small bone. Very... possession changing hands intermittently at the moment. But now Fraser finds a bit of space, plays it across, small bone. Can he pick out the right pass? No, he's forced back now to Manning. Fraser tries a little flick around the corner to Manning, but McAteer seems to have him covered. I think Manning there just putting it out for a throw.
Yeah.
Game's livened up a little.
It has, yeah. I mean,
Not that it wasn't lively already, but...
Get themselves back into it. You know, St Nick was known for giving presents. Southampton giving away possession cheaply.
Presenting Leicester with the ball. Pollen chat, by the way, slightly changed. 53% of you guys now thinking that Leicester are going to come away with the win. I think that is well, fair based off the game so far.
Harry Wington levered that ball into next Tuesday.
It's fallen to Vardy though.
He's an interesting one. I've never really rated him.
I was going to say, you never really rated Harry Winks. I think he's all right. I don't think it's
I don't rate anyone's ever rated for Tottenham at the night. But any midfielders, Skip, Sarr.
Hey, Sarr's a quality player.
He looked good under.
Everyone looks shit though under everyone else.
Big Ange. Really annoyed that he's likeable and relatable and you know,
funny.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
And actually playing good
Bazunu.
football. Well, we've got their ex.
That's a lovely ball from Bazunu, but I don't think Ryan Manning's keeping that on.
Ryan Manning.
I don't think that's on him.
I know, but just on him. Also, why has Bazunu got a church window on his? That is a church window on the shirt.
Well, playing into the name, I'm 100% on board with that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you know what I mean? I think they should all wear, like, what do nuns wear?
They can't wear what nuns wear.
I think they should. All white.
Are they going to run around in that? Like a black and white robe
Yeah.
with the head garment and the big cross.
I know they're allowed to have sex till marriage. In fact, no, they're nuns. They're not allowed to have sex ever.
Yeah.
Though the saints probably did.
Yeah.
Walker Peters.
Saint
Charles.
Hillary, what's she like?
St. Hilary.
I don't know any saints.
Patrick.
Yeah, but he's Irish.
And he's still a saint.
Was he Irish or was it just celebrated? Is he English? I don't know.
He's just like the clover in the Irish then. Nick.
Dewsbury. I know more about him.
Dewsbury all plays it across.
Vardy actually
couldn't get there.
Oh,
It looked like he tried to bring it under control and just didn't. Wasn't able to. Justin. Winks. Classic Friday night footy, indeed, Caden. We would expect nothing less.
It has been good. Still 15 minutes to go. It feels like since I mentioned the time, it's gone a lot slower.
Caden, wait, do you think you'll beat Birmingham tomorrow as a Watford fan?
I was Tom Brady's side of foot with too.
I think I have to play NFL style, just pass it back to a centre half who loves it long. And Winks there, just clattered.
Small bone.
Small bone, I think it's going to be a yellow.
The ball was on Earth, and that tackle was closer to Mars. Nowhere near it, Will Smallbone.
God, I love the analogy.
Blimey. Winks has gone flying. Well, I mean, they say take one for the team. He's taken one for the team there. Blimey. That was a huge tackle. Second card of the season.
Not unnecessary though. I don't think they'll go anywhere.
No, he was running.
Winks was driving forwards, but
he has to make it in faction. He doesn't lob his angles out.
Southampton defence just feels so open at the moment with Walker Peters inverting.
Yeah.
Because it's not the City team. You've not got Gvardiol, Ake, Edison, players like that whose passes are inch perfect, so precise that they can afford to play with a very open defence. It's much more.
Indeed,
he strikes it well, but it's a strong right hand of Gavin Bazunu to deny him.
I mean, that had to be a save. No, it's 3-1. And that undone all their work. Really good football from the free kick again. So I just switch off. Harwood Bellis getting drawn out of position again.
Struck it well as well.
Yeah.
Caden, by the way, is saying I have no confidence anymore. 2-1 Birmingham, but hopefully we miraculously do well at the Vic tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, what, Birmingham, Leeds, and then someone else the week after? Not an easy run.
Not at all, no.
Especially when you're a bit hit and miss.
Nick Nat's saying Smallbone reminds me of Chris Marsden a bit. Have to say. Not too familiar with Chris Marsden.
Guessing he's an ex-Southampton player.
Yeah.
Saints were formed by church members originally. Nice little factual knowledge there.
Yeah. Good save that, yeah.
Who's on the corner? I can't really tell. I think it's Dewsbury Hall. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've got some area threat in there.
Vestergaard, Doyle. Is Kieran Dewsbury over this? Not
Good
a
ball.
bad ball, but it is headed away. And they're going to keep it alive here, Leicester. Dewsbury, McAteer. Can he find the ball into the box? He's kept that alive. Now, indeed, he just crossed it. It goes backwards again.
Yeah.
Winks. Everyone's still forward at the moment. Pereira, Winks. They're going further and further back. Here now is Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Shifts out wide. McAteer just about bringing it under control. Ndidi, ball in, cleared away. Dozy tries to take it in his stride. He loses out though. Winks. Reverses it to Ndidi. He does well to hold on to possession. Sorry, Pereira, I believe. And now Vestergaard, Doyle. And it's back with, is it Hamadson?
Yeah.
We've got Birmingham, West Brom, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Sunderland. Our next 5 games. That's a horrible run of fixtures,
Yeah.
Caden. I mean, West Brom is winnable.
Who's the manager now?
West Brom or
No,
Watford?
I can never get a Watford's manager.
Well, it's probably changed since the start of the season. I'll go and have a look.
What's the ref given there?
I want to say it was Bilic, but
I think it was the one before.
it's now Valerian Ismail.
Oh yeah, he's rubbish. He's ex-West Brom, isn't he?
Valerian Ismail. No, he's not rubbish. That's harsh.
He's very mid-table championship. That's a free kick.
I didn't know they signed Jamal Lewis on loan though. That's a good pickup. Once he will return from injury later this month, that's a very good pickup for the Championship. And then a load of other. I mean, they signed Jake Livermore
Why?
on a free from West Brom.
I don't care. You have to pay
July.
me 10 million.
That's what I don't get though. Watford, right? Lost.
Routine. But, oh, nearly went all the way in from the cross, from the ball that was cut back and put in. Bazunu was well aware of it. And now they're going to start fast. Ryan Fraser, he has been bowled over and has ended up heading out of play and has conceded a throw in.
Watford lost both João Pedro and Ismail Sarr this summer and didn't replace them, really, until right at the end of the window.
Yeah.
When they brought in Mileta Rajovic, who scored 2 goals against Coventry, so he's clearly quite decent.
Must be.
Yeah, he's played 2 games.
Coventry game. Vardy causing problems, high best all over the floor. And Ben brings him down. Indeed, he's got something
now
to speak.
indeed. Can he make that? He's held on to the ball really well there. Indeed, he's gone for a few players that are firm challenge from Armstrong.
Armstrong enough.
Just getting back in there, the captain, leading by example.
Fed out watching his team fanning out the back. High best getting spun in circles by a 36-year-old Jamie Vardy. 36-year-old? 34-year-old.
Something like that, isn't it?
He's old.
I think he's 36.
Justin, that is a
Looping
ball.
ball in. Mavadidi.
I think he's probably the one I haven't seen anything from tonight, Mavadidi.
Really? Well, the first goal was all him.
Was it?
Won the ball back, drove it forwards, a 1-2 with Vardy,
yeah.
then he played it back in and it fell to Vardy, who scored.
Yeah, take that back.
And now he's running at them
I
again,
forgot what he
Mavadidi. He's
had.
hit past
Wow.
someone, cuts in.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
he can have
the
that.
effort.
Brilliant. Shot was rubbish, though.
Kane Oliver said, we've had Ranieri, Edwards, Bilic, Wilder, Ismail all within one season.
What's
And a
the
bit of
point?
this season. Yeah, I mean, that's what, 14 months and 5 managers.
And I thought Chelsea having Tuchel, Potter, Lampard, Salter.
Sol was interim, to be fair,
I
though.
know, but he managed a game.
Okay.
Like, I thought
But
those
then,
four were bad.
by the same token, Tottenham have had like 80.
Stellini, Mason, Conte.
Conte. And now, obviously, Postecoglou.
Oh, it's annoying me. Like Son as well.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, Luca AFC. Good to see you, mate. Hi, you okay? Yeah, we're great, mate. Welcome to the stream.
Guessing an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, that's a Arsenal-based badge.
Fair enough. Who have the Gunners got this weekend?
Everton on Sunday.
Oh, should
the
be,
half-court
should be a win
kickoff.
there. Should be a
Yeah,
win.
welcome, mate. I can see you're also currently live on YouTube, so welcome. Almost 5,000 subscribers, so great to be having, well, esteemed company, really. Of a bigger YouTube channel. Welcome to the stream. Mate.
Oh, that was not a good tackle from Kieran Dewsbury Hall there on Carl Walker-Peters. And he's
I was going to say, a deserved yellow card there. Brandished for him. Yeah. Is Boyd Madley now a full-time championship ref?
No, just both.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So just haven't seen in the Prem for a while.
Yeah, no, they'll get weeks off now.
Ah.
Anthony Taylor's got a week off.
It's not really a week off, that's into the championship.
Yeah, no.
Well, Taylor does. He'll probably be
well, I might
rewatching all his best bits.
My guess he's probably travelling into Europe on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah. We could be doing the Newcastle game Tuesday.
Yeah.
What's the at the San Siro, right?
Yeah. Doesn't know
Ball
what
in.
is.
Header from Bellis, and it's saved by Hermansen.
I felt like he hung in the air for a very long time, that header. You know what I'm saying? Hitting Bellis, Howard Bellis' head. And
the world thing to stop.
It just...
Oh, it came off. Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not a goal.
Comes off Pereira there, and the pace is taken off it. Well, I don't know if it was because the header was heading the wrong direction. That would have gone towards the goalkeeper rather than away from the goalkeeper. If anything, Pereira has made it more.
Why is
Leicester decided to imitate Southampton?
Why has Doyle just left that for Pereira? I can see it's rolling off the pitch. I mean, both sides have not been at their best.
This is a mental stat, by the way. Caden has just pointed out we've had 28 managers in the last 10 years. 28 managers in 10 years.
That's nearly 3 every season.
Yeah.
3 a year. So
an average of 2.8 a year, yeah.
What's the point? Why do Watford do it? Why would you ever play for Watford? Is what I don't understand.
But also, no wonder they can't make any transfers. They have to spend so much on compensation fees every time they just go, bored of this one.
I don't know why they play for Watford, because the bloke that brings you in, you'll be 3 blokes down the line by the end of the season.
Yeah.
You don't even know who he is. Oh, here we go. A bit held up there.
It's like James Bray at Southampton. Mavadidi now coming forwards. Has McAteer. Has Vardy in support. Goes alone and it's saved by Brazil.
It's like, look up, mate. I'm in acres again because Ryan Manning, surprise, surprise, isn't marking. And now it comes Flynn down the other way. Finds Adam Armstrong. Saints knocking on the door. Fraser up against Justin. Does well. Puts the ball in. That is a horrific cross. And we'll be out for a Leicester goal kick with 5 minutes to go until the end of the half.
Yeah. Caden already thinking Tuan Ismail's going to get sacked. Apparently Allardyce, Steve Bruce and Lee Johnson are all in the running. Dear God.
Steve Bruce, yes. Big Steve.
He's a good manager. His reputation was damaged massively at Newcastle.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Lee Johnson, he was crap at Hibs. I thought he was going...
He's crap at Hibs.
He was going League One, weren't he, Lee Johnson? I think he's going in at Fleetwood. I swear I saw that the other day.
Imagine not going to manage Hibernian. How are you supposed to get another job?
Good double check.
Shea Charles. Howard Bellis. Southampton seem to have got the hang of knocking it on the back without giving it to anyone else in blue. Here comes a Dozy. He's had a good game.
Yeah, he was an outsider this week, Lee Johnson.
No.
Joined Fleetwood.
Fleetwood don't want to do anything ever.
He said that he can use his negative experience at Hibernian to help Fleetwood. Make of that what you will.
Right, guys, some absolute air rock up. Let's not lose 5-0. Let's actually mark Ollie Watkins.
He's ready for a Carabao Cup fixture next season.
Yeah.
FA Cup fixture in January.
What do you think Cardiff this year?
Haven't really seen enough of them, to be honest.
Aaron Ramsey balled out.
Decent, yeah.
Nearly took points off Ipswich until the dying moments. Like Leeds, Millwall.
Same with Leicester.
Leeds are travelling to Millwall. That is going to be horrific. Imagine being a steward in that game. I'd say I'm ill.
You have to have full body armor. You have to be a trained SAS.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Person. Like, you have to be ready for a scrap.
Yeah. Probably called policing, rather than get like Bill and Bob to do it in their green jackets. 2 minutes left of the half.
Ball forward there, cut out.
Really too much out of time, right? Oh, nice 50-50. I like it. That's what we like to see. That's vintage championship.
Adam Armstrong. Caden, of the 28, who's been your favourite Watford manager of the last decade? I think I can guess who you're going to say,
Who's
but I
your
want to know.
favourite?
I'm waiting for Caden's answer first, and I don't want to influence his decision.
Right.
But yeah.
Justin's got a try. I mean, I guess I was about to say the way end was pretty empty, but I guess that is a bit of a trek on a Friday night from
Mamadi's
from
brought that
Leicester
down well.
to Southampton. To be fair, the away fans are actually there.
Man, is Mamadidi in a great area? What has he done? McAteer keeps it alive. It's cleared away. Ndidi should score. It's blocked. Falls to Ndidi again. Now Pereira. Winks.
Have they not scored?
I don't know.
I do not understand.
Dewsbury Hall's kept it alive.
Not a goal.
Mamadidi should have finished. Then...
McAteer put it back.
Oh,
into the
sorry.
area.
Mamadidi should have played it across, really.
And Didi got stuck in his feet, and then he got another go and decided to go backwards, and that's offside. Another wasted chance. Leicester be 4-5 up.
They've not done enough with how bad Southampton have been.
Brilliant for Mamadidi. What is that? I'm to him.
Yeah. Great movement, and then
And Didi blocked there by Peters, and they decided to go backwards, and Ricardo Pereira recycles to play.
Yeah. Zola was the best in the last decade, says Kay, and yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
I would have probably said Marco Silva.
Yeah.
He was there, wasn't he?
Franco Zola. Yes. I think so. Between Hull and Everton?
I was going to say, I think.
Or after Everton?
No, it was definitely before Everton.
No, he's at Fulham. He's had an interesting career. Great ball. Vardy's in. Jamie Vardy, big tackle, well in from Harvey
Yeah, it
Bell,
was a
getting back
Watford.
in.
I thought it was quite good. The fact he managed in 2017 and in 2018 means he did last more than a month. So he must
Zola managed the Deeney moment, didn't he?
Yeah. Armstrong bursting forward with pace now. Adam Armstrong, shot blocked. Mavididi, and that's pulled back for a foul on Ndidi. It was Everton that got Silva sacked. Yeah, because obviously they wanted him, and then his head was gone after that, wasn't it? Until he got sacked, then he got his move to Everton.
Yeah.
Oh, I reckon if he had his time again, he probably wouldn't have cared that Everton were interested. Because that didn't exactly work,
Yeah,
did it?
Fulham, which has been a bit of a roller coaster, got promoted, did a bit mid last year, and now this year looks like it could go down the toilet. We lost Mitrovic, lost Willian,
Dewsbury Hall.
lost
Now
Solomon.
McAteer. Yeah, I saw today a Fulham fan with a new shirt on and Mitrovic on the back. And I thought, you idiot.
Yeah, that's why. Why'd you do that?
So no, he didn't move till late in the window, but he was linked throughout the window, so surely he'd be thinking, yeah, there's a chance he goes. But also, who's watched Fulham?
I've never met a Fulham fan, ever. Honestly, I've never met a Fulham fan.
He's done brilliant for Fulham. Yeah, he's done very well for
I've never spoke to a Fulham fan.
Fulham man.
I've never seen a Fulham fan within my in
flesh.
real life. Honestly, I swear they're all mannequins. Who can say who can ever say I've watched a Fulham
They
game?
tend to be upper class. Jack Mate can. He spoke about that on Happy Hour.
Well, good for him.
Sat in a
Oh,
box
no,
and
no.
watched West Ham. Winks.
Oh, they're toying with him.
Dewsbury Hall.
Honestly, they're just taking the mick.
Back to Harry Winks.
They're just taking the mick.
This is nice football. Mavididi. Oh, that is excellent movement. Mavididi and Didi. He's toying with him and he's finished it well. Leicester 3, Southampton 1. Excellent movement from Steffi Mavididi. Plays it through to Ndidi and he finishes it well. Goal for Ndidi. Assist from Mavididi. Southampton 1, 3 to Leicester.
Wow,
And a lot of Ndidi.
a lot of Ndidi, and that was indeed he did it. That was quality. I mean,
That was shit.
yeah, shit. I forgot what I was going to say halfway through. Terrible time for Southampton to concede just after half time. But I mean, he needed a couple goes, did really well, really good footwork. Brazilian goes under him. Really nice dummy there, and just through keeps legs. Indeed, he gets his goal, and Leicester reinstate their 2-goal advantage, and Southampton's work has been undone.
Yep, indeed. Saying Richard Osman is a famous Fulham fan. Yeah, exactly. Upper class. Man, it's a game show now where it's just like loads of geniuses and stuff sat in a room.
No, it's not. It's for comedians. It's Richard Osman House of Games, right?
Is it? I know you has another one, I think, that's all about being smart. But yeah.
I don't like that. He's a side character and pointless.
Well, wasn't that allowed to be good? He's an author, isn't he?
Is he?
Apparently he's a really good writer. Yeah, his book's great. I've not read it. Might have to. And then it says what stupid time to concede. Indeed, took it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed with both of them. You never concede just before half time. You keep it.
Speaking of, that is half time.
Yeah, well, Leicester player's gone down. He's not in a great way there, Dewsbury Hall. It's just a clash of heads, I think, and the ref's gone well. Everything else go down the tunnel then.
Yeah. I think it was half time anyway. What happened to him? Walter Peters. Oh, yellow, yeah.
Just an elbow in the face there.
Yeah. That's right. It'll get up in a minute. That'll go. Just check.
Everyone else gone down the tunnel. Those physios are going to stay on the pitch with Dewsbury Hall.
Makes sense, referee to call it there. Smart referee, isn't it? Well, might as well give it half time then rather than make everyone stand out here for longer. But, I mean...
So the break, Southampton 1, Leicester 3.
That was a hell of a half.
Yeah. Indeed.
Wasn't quite expecting that. Ian actually has got some jokes with Indeedy. Love it.
Obviously, international teammates, so...
Yeah.
You'd imagine quite close, playing for both club and country together.
Maybe I
And yeah, well, that's probably you don't often score, mate.
I mean, they're in a position where they can start joking around because they're flying. They're absolutely flying.
And Southampton don't really look like offering much of a challenge. I mean, they did get one back, Southampton, but overall, I don't know. They're sinking without a trace, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely need to.
I mean,
put it together.
So 21 seconds in, goal, terrible, absolutely terrible. Southampton, it's criminal.
Couldn't get much worse, could it?
No.
Unless it's 20 on the dot.
Yeah, no. And I thought it's going to be 9-0. Then they kind of recovered a bit, and then 18-minute bang, 2-0 again, another error, really sorry about the back, and Leicester looked like they're going to cruise it. Then out of nowhere, they kind of just got a goal. Honestly, nothing happened. They just, Adozie just went through and scored because Toy Doyle ran over the ball like he was playing Wii football and pressed the wrong button.
Who plays Wii football?
And then some people do, maniacs.
Okay.
But they seem to, then they got back into the game, started playing really well.
Yeah.
And then just on the threat of half time there, conceding again. I bet Russell Martin's going to be furious, absolutely furious. What a terrible time to concede when you've worked for 20 minutes to get yourself back in the game, and then with 30 seconds to go, you throw that away.
Yeah. I mean, you're spot on.
Just not great. It's just not great, is it? Just not really good enough at all from Southampton. They've been blown away so far, and if the second half's anything like the first, it's going to be a convincing Leicester City win.
Yeah, Kane's just dropped a paragraph in chat, and that's all that matters since just 2017. Won't go through them all, but just to pick out some names, you've got like Cisco Munoz in there, which was the start of, or the end of last season. No, season before last, sorry. You've got people like Sanchez Flores, Kike Sanchez Flores, I want to say. Yeah, there's been a lot of people in there, hasn't there? You've had Vladimir Ivic. But yeah, some fantastic names. Roy Hodgson, obviously.
Yeah.
Start of last season.
Big Roy, he's flying now.
End of the season before last. A lot going. They're so difficult to run through all the Watford managers. They've had way too many.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thoughts on any? What should we focus in on that first half then?
That Southampton took 25 minutes to learn how to pass the football to their own team.
Yeah, I think though these are the same teething issues Burnley had at the start of last season. Do you think once they start playing out the back with a bit more confidence, once they really understand their structure, their shape, their system? Do you think it will become a lot more fluid and a lot more?
I think so. Yeah, they're still
a lot less consistent.
They're still getting to grips with Russell Martin's ways, and that's really on show against our strong opposition. Sunderland was a bit of a one-off maybe, but everyone else they played just Norwich was a hard game, they conceded 4. Sunderland hard game, conceded 5. Leicester difficult game, they conceded 3. They're shipping way too many goals in difficult games.
Yeah,
and you just cannot afford to do that. Because against they've looked decent, like Plymouth. They beat Plymouth, kept a clean sheet or conceded 1. But they can't. Whenever they play the side that is near their quality, they just discombobulate. They just forget about football.
Yeah, it does feel very disconnected. It does feel very sloppy in possession tonight for Southampton. I don't know. They just don't seem to feel very confident. Nobody knows where they're passing the ball next. No. Nobody feels confident enough to drive the ball forwards if they're not under a bit of pressure. So and then I don't think they're using Bazunu enough either. If they don't see the forward ball, they should then just go back to Bazunu rather than try and force it and lose possession. So it just needs to be a bit more intelligent in the play, a bit more considered, and a lot calmer. They just really panic, really rush it when they're in possession, Southampton. But yeah, Caden saying Pozo out. Yeah, I mean, I completely understand.
Don't blame him.
Nick Nack saying we're letting 15 goals this season low, and this is obviously only the 6th game of the season.
21 seconds, Jamie Vardy. God.
So, I mean, if they've let it another 3, they'll be on average Southampton of conceding 3 goals a match, which isn't great.
No. And that's the problem. I think, I honestly don't know. They've swapped about centre-half so much.
But
nothing worked.
So, obviously they lose the possession, but it's after it that really intrigues me. This is excellent from Mavadidi. The 1-2 of Vardy. There's not a lot you can do here. Everyone runs towards Mavadidi.
Yeah.
Vardy's left alone. The thing is, they deal okay with the ball in the box from Mavadidi. If someone's picking up the run of Vardy, they don't concede 20 seconds.
But it's even before the ball comes back. Before the ball gets to Mavadidi. It's just, again here, the reaction to them losing the ball is so calm.
It's so lethargic. And the fact that it's so unnecessary.
Hard bear, as soon as they lose the ball here,
doing it?
hard bear, burners on, get up, get in line with our, you're playing him on by miles.
I don't get what the positive is of just lashing it at Walker Peters. You don't need to play quickly. He's not passing it to anyone by.
If anything, you should let it go for a throw. Let it go under your foot.
Well, take a second. You've hit it behind him, despite the fact you smashed it.
And in Southampton goal, which is a long ball that Fraser shouldered down the ground, Toydle then just ran over it. Adams played it to Adozy, just dinked over the keeper. I mean, not really great play, was it?
Good finish, though.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Ryan Fraser just shouldered the ball down to the ground.
I think that's why Southampton are able to stay engaged, is because despite the fact they're not really able to create goals, they've got good enough players that if a situation develops, they can make the most of it. This is brilliant, by the way, from Mavadidi. Doesn't give up despite the fact that he's brought down. Then it's a fantastic turn. Insane turn.
Yeah.
And then the ball through is sublime. Slots in Ndidi, who takes it past one and slots it past Bazunu. Bazunu should do better.
It's not easy when Ndidi picks the ball up.
He gets a strong and it hits him in the foot there. Bazunu, but it just bounces between his legs and it goes in.
That is a really disappointing time to concede.
Nick Nack's saying, keep this up. We're in danger of going down to League One, never mind promotion. Yeah, maybe we'll see the South Derby, what do they call it? We'll see Pompey Southampton sooner than we expect.
South Coast Derby, yeah, I suppose. Southern region of England.
Southern region of England derby. It hasn't exactly got the ring to it that Manchester and Old Firm Derby does. The Dock Derby. That'd be quite good, to be fair.
Nick, what's the Southampton Pompey?
Does it have a name?
Surely. It's one of the most iconic derbies in English.
It's like, well, yeah, but so it's like Ipswich Norwich. It's a very intense rivalry.
That's the East Anglian derby.
Yeah, I guess you could just call it by place. But they've also adopted the Old Farm, obviously mocking the Old Firm. But,
Old Firm, more like don't know.
Saints versus Yeovil. God, where are Yeovil these days?
National League South.
League, I want to say, yeah.
I think they're even down in the National League.
Financial difficulty hit them hard.
Yeah.
Shame for all the Yeovil fans out there. I like a green team. There's not enough
Who?
teams that play in green.
Who supports Yeovil?
Yeovil are now in the National League South.
Wow. What a fall off.
They are 6th.
Oh, they're alright.
Currently behind Taunton Town, Torquay, Worthing, Bath, and Aveley.
Wow.
Bath top of the league. You have to say it.
Who's going to can't win the National League this year?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because it's never really the League Two sides that go down. Because if you get relegated from the League Two, it tends to be because either you are in a horrendous financial situation, or your team is so bad. It's very difficult to get relegated from League Two. Like, you've got to be purposefully shit.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 relegations.
Like, Colchester have sat down there for ages, just getting like 18th.
Yeah. National League. By the way, we have got a League Two game on at the moment. It's Salford versus Notts County, and currently Notts County are 1-0 up.
Wow, that's a big game.
Barnet top of the league, Chesterfield up there as well, Solihull, they're the sort of names you'd be expecting, I would say. They were all up there last season, Hartlepool as well.
Hartlepool, then.
No, Hartlepool been down there for a while, haven't they? And down a couple of seasons ago, I want to say.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh, they were in League Two last season.
Yeah, that's the same.
Fair enough. So Halifax up there, Gateshead, Ebbsfleet. Who went down?
Don't know.
Well, obviously it was Hartlepool, but who else went down? Because looking, Rochdale maybe?
Yeah, that's a shout. What are Rochdale doing last
Yeah,
year?
Rochdale.
Yeah.
What a drop off for them. First time in the National League since, football only goes back to 2010-11. They've been in League One. Got relegated to League Two in at the end of 2021 season. Now into the National League.
Basically, COVID hitting hard.
Yeah, again, financial situation probably.
I mean,
great.
speaking of being hit hard, Southampton were hit very hard with performance in the first half.
Which players really stood out to you in that first half?
I mean, Leicester, the whole team deserve it. Southampton, none of the team. I think it's really hard to pinpoint a certain player. I think the front three for Leicester, as expected, have looked brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, Mavadidi was excellent despite the fact you forgot it exists.
Yeah, no, I realised I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I think Southampton, they're going to need something big in the second half. What is that?
I mean, is it a substitution maybe?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they've definitely got an absolute bollocking from Russell Ryan.
I mean, I'd like to hope so if it's not just unlucky, lads.
Right, guys, we'll go again.
By the way, there is 15 minutes left in the game in Munich. 1-1.
Oh,
Grimaldo levelled it up 24
Wow.
minutes in. Bayern have just thrown on the likes of Tel, Mazraoui and Musiala to try and get them a win.
why did they sack Nagelsmann?
But it's all still to play for. I don't think that's really on Tuchel. Leverkusen looked excellent so far. They've also won their opening 3. And in more interesting news, equally interesting news, PSG level with Nice.
I mean, they're already
And they've just got underway for the second half.
They're
So,
already a couple points off Monaco.
Terran Moffi opened up the scoring for Nice after a new signing from Montpellier, I believe.
Yeah.
Terran Moffi. And then Mbappe levelled it up a couple minutes later. But obviously in the other game, in the other championship game tonight, it's almost an hour gone there, and Coventry 1-0 up to the good. Notts County, as I say, beating Salford, a goal from David McGoldrick,
Wow, big goal that.
making the difference.
Both
There.
teams are going to be down at the bottom.
No,
No?
Notts County top of the league.
What? Hang about.
That's what you'd expect, no?
What have I missed?
What do you mean?
Have I got the right team?
Notts County went up last season from the National League. Same with Wrexham. You expect them both to be up there. That's the nature of League Two. We've seen it the last few years as well. The teams that get from the National League,
I
often they go
swear.
back to back.
I saw they were conceding Wrexham conceding loads of goals, weren't they?
Yeah, Wrexham are very porous at the back with Ben Foster in goal, but they've changed that and they haven't. I mean, they only lost on the opening day. They haven't lost since.
Fair enough.
A lot of draws though, like their 5-5 draw with.
I did not
Swindon.
know that Notts County were top that league.
No,
Fair enough.
I never I did.
Learn something every day.
But yeah, it's an interesting league too. Very fascinating league.
Yeah.
The biggest myth as to mystery as to how on earth Salford still haven't got promoted from it. given the investment into that club. Obviously, very famous ownership team.
Yeah.
But yeah, can see us conceding a couple more goals, says Nick Nack.
Oh,
A very pessimistic outlook, but I can't blame you for thinking that way. Your side hasn't looked good tonight at all. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? It really just makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Couldn't get really felt.
All right, can you get me another glass as well?
What?
There should be some sparkling water in the fridge. Flavoured sparkling water, I will add. Do not drink sparkling water. It tastes like TV static. But yeah, we are only a couple minutes away from the second half then. In fact, I imagine at the end of this outbreak, we'll be back to it. We are indeed. So, are there going to be any changes for the second half? There is some footage here from Southampton. I don't know why Sky is showing this. Oh, it's of Kamaldeen Sulemana, who is returned to training. I mean, that would be brilliant. In fact, he's back. No, he starts today. No, he comes on today. What is going on? Sulemana's on. That's a big change for Southampton. Samuel Dozie hooked at the break. Sulemana brought on them. I might have to do the half-time thing here, which I wasn't expecting to do. Let me just lean over and sort that out. But yeah. Got to get underway here for the second half. So, Kamaldeen Sulemana on. That's a big change. He's an exciting player. Obviously, was an exciting prospect at Rennes. Dozie must have picked up a knock. Yeah, I mean, he was one of the only players who actually looked decent for Southampton, so baffled as to why they would pick him to be the first to go. I'm guessing, as you say, Nick Nack maybe picked up an injury, but I would have hooked Fraser or something like that before I hooked Dozie. So yeah, I'm guessing an injury. Right, about to get underway here in the second half. Jamie Vardy knocks it back and we're underway for the second half here at St Mary's. As it stands, Leicester 3-1 to the goods. And if that first half is anything to go by, you'd expect it to be more of the same in this second 45. And Leicester here starting on the front foot. Pereira winks. It's fascinating as well to see how similar these two are in system. In fact, in build-up, they are identical. Pereira inverting into the double pivot the same way that Kyle Walker-Peters is. But Leicester just looks so much more assured on the ball, and Southampton don't press as high. Leicester, very high press. Southampton don't look assured on the ball and they throw it away. But yeah, so only one change there at the break there. Shay Charles. Interesting what impact that has on the second 45. Bazunu. Again, he's taking his time about it. Goes long now, searching for Sulemana. Cheers. And that will go off the pitch though, and now is a throw-in for Southampton. Manning keen to take it quickly. Ryan Manning's such a championship player, by the way. I cannot ever see him making the Premier League, I have to say. But
Oh no.
such a championship, like
That's probably
he'll leave Southampton in the year for like Sheffield United.
If Southampton go up,
something like that.
they're going to have to change so much.
I don't know if they have to change loads.
I do.
I think,
Because they've proven that Chad and Van Armstrong do not cut it.
yeah, they need a striker basically who isn't championship level. Adams putting the pressure on, and well, Hamilton just getting out of play. So yeah, Sulemana on for a Dozie, by the way, which
Dozie?
yeah, I mean we were surprised as well. Nick Nack suggesting perhaps he has an injury or not, something like that.
Or unless that Russell Martin got in a rage, Dozie chatted back to him, so he just threw a water bottle at his head.
Safe for us. And he was like, "What'd you just say?" And then he subbed it off. Yeah, is that Willie Cavallero on the bench or something? Obviously, I believe there's a coach now. I think that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Maresca, I haven't seen him all game. He's just stood there and watched his team play football.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to be annoyed about for me. The goal was a bit of a weird one, but apart from that,
Walker Peters coming forwards now. I mean, they've certainly had a bit more of an attacking intent, but I don't know if that's because they're getting better going forwards. But that's how it's just cataclysmically poor at defending. Smallbone. Armstrong tries to feed it through the Fraser.
I think I've liked Leicester's directness. Whenever the likes of, McAteer or Mavididi picked up the ball, they ran straight at the goal trying to cause problems.
Yeah.
Not so Jamie Vardy only goes direct. He's not going to run around, is he? Gets the ball, sees the goal, goes for it.
Do you think Southampton's last two games, the problems they've had is that they've faced two very high pressing teams?
I think so, yeah. But I mean, it's just they ship too many goals. Norwich 4, Sunderland 5, Leicester 3. It's just not good enough.
But I mean, another change for Southampton then. So it looks like Flynn Downs will be unable to continue, and that is Carlos Alcaraz coming on then. I mean, that's a second change already, and we're not even at 50 minutes yet. But Alcaraz is a very good player. Could definitely bring something in this second half that can make a difference.
That is a weird scenario. This bringing up a Dozy at half time when he's looked good, and then now Downs has gone down injured. You got to bring on Alcaraz.
You know, either that's 2 injuries and that's a worry in itself, or they're really weird. Or the Dozy sounds really weird, but yeah, I listened to something in the week that they were talking about the Championship, and it was on the Athletic. They had forget the name of the pod now, but I believe it's a pod that focuses on the EFL. So League 1, League 2 and Championship. And they're saying the way to win the Championship is to have a tactic that is malleable enough to be able to beat any different system. Because there's so many different systems throughout the Championship, from teams that like to sit back, from teams that just want to kick you, to counter-attacking, to high possession. So you have to have something that works against everyone. It feels like this Southampton team will work against teams that sit deep, but has no idea how to play out of the high press. And Willie Camado's Leicester's assistant manager. So switch sides there. Yeah.
That's a fun little ball.
I mean, obviously, they would have worked together at Manchester City. Caballero was meant to work at the time that Maresca would have been assistant.
That's cool. I like that. Both Argentinian as well. Maresca Italian.
Maresca's Italian, I believe.
Both bald and both
obviously,
bearded,
Enzo Maresca's only managerial job so far was at Parma. Another team that expected to go up, had all the talent to go up. Players like Gianluigi Buffon in Serie B, yet didn't. Hopefully he doesn't have that poor a time this time around. And Shea Charles bursting forwards there, pulled down by Winks. I think that'll be a yellow for Winks, and a free kick in a good area.
Convinced North Dewsbury and North Shane Vardy for that kind of chat.
No longer though do Southampton think free kick, well that's an easy goal.
I was like, we sit there going 3-2 last year.
Alcaraz decent. I rate him highly. I remember seeing him in the Carabao Cup. It's one of his early games for Southampton. He hadn't played much
Scored,
before.
didn't he?
I think so, but yeah, he really excited me. Anyway, free kick in a good area here then. Winks on a yellow. It's just the 6th game. So at his current rate, he's going to miss about half the matches.
I mean, who's on free kicks now? Is it Adam Armstrong? Or Che Adams? I don't know. Love for the camera to pan so I can see.
So, yeah.
Oh, we're going to get cool zoom, which eventually
so that is Manning, Armstrong and Alcaraz all around this.
Looks like Alcaraz.
I mean, with a haircut like that, you've got to be on free kicks.
Yeah. Definitely gone for something unique.
And Nick, your prediction could still happen, especially with Alcaraz now playing. He went 3-2, right? Yeah. I mean, I went 3-1 Southampton or something like that. 2-1 Southampton. I think that's going to happen now. Alcaraz strikes it well, and it's just wide of the post. But not a bad effort.
It's a lot to beat the keeper from there when you're not James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, because you really need to get it. He's tried to just hit it on target, hasn't he? But
Hermansen was not wide at all.
No, you can see that was going wide from early on.
And he's played it out of the back there beautifully, and Leicester. Oh, that was not beautiful, but well recovered from Dewsbury.
Alcaraz has won it back, but apparently that's over.
Really clever, really careful from Dewsbury.
Doyle. Now Hermansen. Gives it to Vestergaard. Ball long, looking for the run of Kiernan Dewsbury, but he's never getting to that one. Slightly overhit, really. And now Bazzino just taking his time with this, with the ball in his hands. Drops to his feet, and now we'll look to go long. That has seemed to be his favourite pass of the evening. But it was fruitful earlier, obviously, bearing a goal.
Yeah.
And now it's with Hermansen again in between the posts for Leicester tonight.
I think that's one thing, you look with Man City, whenever they get into trouble, they do just play it long. Well, I know Chams and Erling Haaland, but...
Yeah. Hermansen.
you could say that's got similar. I don't know what they've got similar. There's nothing similar at Chavs and Erling Haaland.
They're both footballers. There we go.
They've got E's in their name.
And A's.
Yes. Dewsbury
Hall trying to make something happen. Can't. I think that's saying Leicester could get nervy, could pull it back to 2-3. Yeah, I mean, if you can get a goal, maybe there's still life in this, but it doesn't seem that way.
Championship though, you never know. But I mean, that third goal for half time just kind of deflated it a bit. You know, Southampton, conceding then. Because at 2-1, they're in the game. 3-1, you've got a bit of a mountain to climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's well disputed.
McAteer. Now Sulemana though wins it back. It was so scrappy.
I think they're his first touch of the ball since he came on. For Sulemana.
Yeah. Hasn't really been able to get involved in the play just yet, Camaldine Sulemana.
Now a player that looked decent last year at times, but not really anything exceptional. Equally, that side was far from exceptional.
Oh, Winks.
He's such an ex-Tottenham player. He laughs to himself. What was that?
Well, I think he's just trying to go with the embarrassment because that wasn't great, was it?
Just air
Shay
kick.
Charles.
An air kick there.
Now it's a small bone. Marwood Bellis. Armstrong. Bazunu.
I thought I was going to straight to Vardy.
Now small bone. Marwood Bellis. Armstrong tries to find Sulemana. One back though by Justin. Now tries to play it inside. And now breaking away is Adam Armstrong, but it's one back by Vestergaard. Hermansson. Dewsbury Hall tries to turn on it. And he's forced down by Charles. The ref deems it a fair challenge, and now small bones. Southampton in a good area. They got numbers forward here. They have taken way too long about it, so now Leicester have retreated. Sulemana. He's explosive, he's creative, he's burst past the defender, puts the ball in, and, well, it comes off Vestergaard wildly, but it is away from the goal. That's what Sulemana can add to this game, though.
I mean, Southampton probably better side. First 10 minutes of this second half, they've come out like a side that need 2 goals.
Yeah.
And they've looked good. James Justin just not expecting that burst of pace, couldn't even keep up to it.
Ball in, cleared away by Vardy. And that'll be another throw for Southampton. They'll be hoping to pile on the pressure again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the favour in chat has definitely gone towards Leicester then, as their stranglehold on the game has tightened. 59% for Leicester, 36% Southampton, and just 5%, going for a draw. Nobody thinks it's going to be a draw.
Fair enough.
One person out there.
Well, 58.
Yeah.
That one person being independent. Ndidi, we got to watch his goal back again. Really good stuff. Mamadidi is brilliant, but Ndidi still has a lot of work to do in the ball pool. So when he's come on, that's well,
a slightly early change. That goes for the hour. Mark and I get to see Chelsea's young prospect, Cesare Casadei. So if you hear us speaking about him like he's the second coming of Jesus, that's why he's a Chelsea
He
player.
is. Cesare Casadei. Do. Well, hang on, now you might have a bit of defending to do here, because here comes Sulemana. It's Justin again. Justin is struggling here.
Casadei offering support as well. They know how dangerous Sulemana can be, so they're doubling up on him. Ball whipped in, head away, indeed he gets it gone.
Oh, alive.
Armstrong.
That's brilliant.
Sulemana.
He what a hit it.
Puts it in. Dewsbury gets it away. Manning. That's brilliant from Ryan Manning, to be fair. I mean, we haven't exactly spoken positively about the fullback in this game. He's done all right there. Shay Charles. We're approaching the hour mark now. Do you still see a way back for Southampton, or do you think Leicester have this game in the bag?
I think Southampton will get one back and we'll think in this, and then I don't know.
Bazunu, fantastic ball into Kamaldeen Sulemana, brings it down well. Tricky feet. James Justin covers him off for now. Of course, a senior England international, James Justin.
Yeah.
Adams takes aim and it's saved. Okay, Niles, what was better? South Africa World Cup 2010, Russia World Cup 2018, or 2022 Qatar World Cup? If we're speaking purely about the football, I would have to say Qatar.
Football,
But obviously
Qatar.
the events around it definitely mar that, in my opinion.
Football Qatar, 2018 England,
Yeah.
and 2010 vibes.
Yeah, that's a good World Cup. Well, I don't really have many memories of 2010, if any. Obviously, looking back, you can see things like obviously
Like
the
it can talk,
Jabalani and the Shabalala moment, of course. But yeah, 2014 was my first World Cup, and that was a great one.
Wow. I mean, get him in Marseille because he'd be brilliant for England. Playing in the Rugby World Cup. Where has that gone?
Do you know what you're on about there?
He is 6 yards away.
Yeah. Speaking of which, have you seen what the rugby's been doing to the pitches out there in Ligue 1?
I know.
It's horrific. I mean, just kick out the turf all over the place.
Don't know what I was expecting.
Well, I should play rugby. Neil Collins up to the stream. Southampton will win. No panic. 2 goals in 90th minute or 3. To be honest, I mean that's bold from you, Neil. I have to say, but I think Leicester will see this out now. But yeah, I mean you've got to have optimism, I guess. Don't know if you are a Southampton fan. In behind, Steffi Mavadidi should finish, doesn't finish. Tries to lift it over Bazunu, just wide of the mark.
That should have been game over.
Mavadidi.
And he's annoyed with himself because he knows that should have been game over. And left to win home and dry.
Vardy gave him a death glare because
brilliant.
Vardy was in acres. Probably should have passed it across.
Yeah. I didn't see James Vardy, to be fair to him.
He was steaming down the right. I mean, if he didn't, then how could you? Yeah. If you didn't, then how could he? But yeah. Should be 4-1. Could have squared it. Yeah, exactly. Mavadidi wants a goal, and that's understandable. But you've got to think if he just gives that over to Vardy, that's game, set, match.
And he's probably thinking,
checkmate.
Could have put the game to bed by it.
Babe? What?
Mate.
Oh, right. Sulemana.
I don't think what's his Mavadidi's babe, but
maybe.
I don't know.
I think he's still with Rebecca Vardy. Not sure though.
Yeah, maybe.
Small bow.
She isn't to be throwing handbags at Colleen Rooney.
Yeah.
What happened to that, by the way? Did that get resolved in the end?
Nothing. Colleen Rooney. No, it's Colleen Rooney who said it's Rebecca Vardy's account because I thought, the whole situation obviously, but I don't know if anything happened. Don't know what could happen.
Load of rubbish.
I reckon they probably went to court and they just went, Dad, just get away. We don't care.
Why are we here?
They probably, yeah.
What a waste of time and money and effort.
Yeah. Kane saying several Premier League fixtures in November have been amended due to television coverage. City vs Arsenal and Tottenham against Chelsea on the opening weekend of the month in October. Yes, we will of course obviously be covering loads of games, and I have been keeping up with that, and we're already adding them to the schedule ahead of time. But I think it does mean we'll have a bit of an insane end of October, start of November, because Chelsea Tottenham I believe is a Monday night game. So make of that what you will. But I think we've got that on the Monday and then a Tuesday and Wednesday, but I'm not sure how it all lines up. But Smallbone takes aim from distance and it's into the hands, down the throat of Hermansen.
He's looked good. Leicester actually found a competent goalkeeper. This is Mavadidi chance again. Vardy's, he's there.
Great ball through. Should finish. Just wide.
Screaming at him, Jamie Vardy. Should have been a goal. Either way, we squared it.
All round of the goalkeeper. We get to that as well. With so many
And
options.
played it Vardy.
Tried the most difficult finish. Tried the most exquisite finish and missed it.
Pereira there, didn't we?
Now it's with Fraser, and it's
Good
blocked by
save.
Hermansen. Saved by Hermansen. Che Adams keeps it alive for Saints. Down on the floor to Kindred always miraculously
Right, he came back from the dead.
recovered. Wow, we're in the place of the Saints. It's understandable. Ball in, and Cinemar's ball's lacking.
Time now, Saints.
Yeah, no Taylor starting tonight for Southampton either. Do you think we'll see him later into this game? Is he even on the bench today?
Did he get injured?
He's not on the bench, but he's not on the injury list. I'm guessing his injury is not being
I
acknowledged.
thought he picked up an injury. Fraser there, again, Verhansen there. Just to parry it away. And I mean, Southampton, if they want to get back in this game, they're going to need a goal soon.
Alcaraz tries to play it forward. It's cut out though. Cassidy moves it out wide, and Rakatir too calm receiving that ball. Driving forwards now is Ryan Manning. It's not come to anything. Then Armstrong has his shot blocked.
Best guy, double block then.
I can see Nick Net why you're not a massive fan of Manning.
I don't think he's very good. Second half, way, Leicester have done nothing. 8% of action in Southampton's fight in Southampton's defensive third. Southampton are really come out with intent here, but nothing's coming of it.
Shea Charles.
We do feel they get one back, they're suddenly right back in the game and on top. They've got the momentum. They just need to find the back of the net. And Armstrong is going to try and do that, but he's being hustled by Cassidy, then eventually kicks out of play.
And that's now Southampton throw.
Still 25 minutes to go. Plenty of time.
Charles. Yeah, I mean, there is time to make a difference. I just don't see Southampton doing it. But yeah, Sulemana. He's looked exciting, Sulemana. Very exciting. Justin, though, seeing him to the touchline. The problem is he feels a bit like Anthony in the sense that actually he is unpredictable, isn't it? Every time so far it's gone towards the touchline.
Yeah.
Obviously, he can go both ways. He can cut in on his right. So, yeah, he's not Anthony in that regard. It's just every time so far he has gone to the left. Guess when he does eventually go to the right, he's going to catch Justin out. But yeah.
Corner now.
I mean, there's a good chance for Southampton here from this corner.
Trying some routine. Fair say it hasn't worked.
Sulemana.
Still alive.
Tries to play across, Mamadidi wins it back. Southampton only Wolf Smallbone back. Well, Mamadidi getting a chance to, repay what he missed earlier, and he tucks it away, and the Leicester away crowd erupt into raptures. It's Southampton 1, Leicester 4. Embarrassing, really, for the Saints at home. And the stewards are going to have to keep back the Leicester faithful now, because they're all going over to hug Mavididi. There's kids jumping over sideboards.
I mean,
it's all gone crazy the away end.
questions of Southampton. Trying some routine. Cinema takes
way too long on it. This is a shocking pass. And then the fact, why is Smallbone the only person back?
And he commits
He jumps in, Mavadidi's
3 on no
through, and you've got to feel for Bazuna, because what the Christ is he supposed to do there? It's a great finish from Stephen Mavididi.
He was not going to pass that one. He wants his goal.
Manning goes wide for some reason, and that means there's one player back.
I mean, 3 on 0.
Lovely finish.
Great finish.
Exquisite.
Leicester, 3 points in the bag. Game, set, and match.
Harry went to the stream, so I'm happened to win 2-0. Yeah, I see it.
He might be a bit off of that one. Today, though, someone's just telling me that's a bit far-fetched. Mavadidi's soaking it up. Naim Jabardio says, share a smile and a hug. And Southampton fans are leaving.
Yep. Southampton fans have seen enough.
Although the camera really pans out, 6 blokes walked out.
Yeah, they're actually everyone marked out. It's like, that bloke wants to get back.
Yeah. An old bloke was leaving because it's going to take him 20 minutes to get his
I
car.
was going to say. He's had his tea yet, he's starving.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and starve, might as well be having tea.
Pereira.
Put the last 20 minutes on the telly.
No, he doesn't watch football TV.
No,
Not the same.
No. This is going to be a change for Leicester as well next time the ball goes out.
Instead, he's going to do a cross-country tour of non-league football.
So Stuart Armstrong
She loved us.
came on for Ryan Fraser. What a difference that's going to make.
Dewsbury Hill, now Mavadidi. You're getting sacked in the morning, says Caden. I just can't see. I don't see Russell Martin going, yeah, I think he's a really good coach. Southampton are still 7th in the Premier League. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But how long? That's 13 goals conceded against 3 teams.
It is, but it's also not been a horrendous start of the season. Like 7th in the league, 10 points from 6 matches. In that run, they've played Sunderland, who were in the playoffs last season, Norwich, who are one of the stronger teams in the league this year, and Leicester, who are a Prem team.
Yeah.
I think Southampton fans shouldn't be too reactionary, personally, but yeah, questions will have to start being asked if they keep getting torn apart in this manner. But I think he does deserve some time, Martin.
And
I think that's saying, don't think any sense fans would be bothered if he was sacked. A strange appointment in the first place. I
McAteer.
think he's a good manager, though. I think he's a really exciting coach. He plays an interesting brand of football.
Yeah, McAteer got his goal. He's coming off now.
Yeah, he's a really exciting player, isn't he, James?
And he's been replaced by Abdul Fatawu.
Yeah.
Can't say I know too much about him.
I know him.
Okay.
I had him on FM.
I don't know.
Born at 20.
When you met him?
No, I've had him at 20. This on my current save. Sold him. I bought him for 6 mil. Sold him to PSG for like 25, and then loaned him back. He's a good player.
Oh, let's see it.
I hope he does well now. I didn't even think he was like. I didn't even know.
10 minutes to go. Are we going to see any more goals? Southampton can get one back unless they're going to score more.
Stuart Armstrong going to keep dribbling like Lionel Messi, maybe. Shales, that's blocked. Get clearance from Pereira. Completely unnecessary, but fair enough. But yeah, Mamadidi probably been the best player on the pitch tonight. He's been exceptional. I mean, he did miss a bit of an easy chance. Probably could have made a better decision there, but he's looked immense, hasn't he?
And I mean, to us, I think Southampton have a better side second half, but they're just not really showed. They've done nothing with it.
It's the same as we've seen all season with Southampton. They've had so much of the ball, but there's a lack of clinicality and a lack of an ability to create clear-cut chances.
Yeah.
I mean, Suleiman is exciting, but again, he's one of the most... He lacks end product. Very wasteful, I'd say. I mean, here, they're in such a good position, so high up the pitch, but they're just sat on the edge of the box passing it around. You don't score from registering 500 passes a minute. You score by putting the ball in the back of the net, and there's a clear lack of directness. And I think that's where Martin has to evolve his tactic next, is to create a bit of directness. And I think a Southampton player might go in the book here for shoving over.
Yeah, I mean, next 6, Ipswich.
They're literally laughing at him. Ha ha ha, his next 6 games.
Yeah. I mean, Hull, Leeds, Ipswich, all in the next 6. That is rough. And Rotherham is never fun. Stokes never fun.
Rotherham think giant killers this season so far. Middlesbrough, despite the fact they've been crap, have still got a decent enough team to offer them a decent challenge. And who was it last
But
one?
I think Fatawu just got in the book.
Oh, he's the one who got
sent
over.
No.
Hull levelled up against Coventry
Yeah.
in the 86th minute.
Mowed by the Tigers.
They are getting drawn with by the Tigers.
By the Tigers. You get it. That's what they did, didn't they?
That is the least intimidating.
That's what they did. You know?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
Mowed by the Tigers.
11 points from 6 games, though. They're doing well. Liam Rosigne have a good start to life.
Fly up the field.
Oh, he's doing well now. I mean, yeah, the squad is a strong team, isn't it?
Imagine Harvard in the Premier League.
Aaron Connolly, Scott Twine, Jaden Villagine Bidace, Michael Seri, Liam Delap.
Why didn't you leave him?
Ruben Vinagre.
To leave with Aaron Connolly.
He's playing the Prem.
Yeah, but 3 games of Brighton deserve he went release shit, and then
They got Tyler Morton on loan from Liverpool.
Yeah.
They've got, where's that? Cyrus Christie. It is indeed.
Yeah, what about he is?
He's only 30.
What?
I know.
Who am I thinking of it? Cyrus Christie is in the ex-Derby player.
Yeah, Irish right
Wow.
back.
Only 30. I thought he was nearly 40.
Okay, PSG Nice, guess the score.
3-1 PSG.
3-1 Nice.
What? Wow. Come on.
Gaetan Laborde took the advantage in the 53rd minute, and then Moffey doubled what got his second of the game in the 69th
Is
minute.
this the year that PSG don't win the Liga?
Well, they haven't got Neymar anymore, so that'll explain it. 12 minutes to go, though, in that game. Obviously, PSG can still level it.
Score.
2-2 finished. Come on, Leverkusen. 94th minute penalty from Palacios levelled it up after a Goretzka, what he thought was the win in the 86th minute. They come forward again, Leicester. It's react down. Falls to Mavadidi. Vardy can't quite get it on target. Mavadidi probably should have just shot. That should have just had a fit there.
If that is, it got clattered into, it's alright.
There was 1 year that Bayern have dropped points in opening 4 games. Dortmund are on 5.
Well, at least Leverkusen at the top.
Yeah, no one else can get close to them though. Even if Leipzig wins tomorrow,
Xabi
they'll be a point
Alonso
off.
into league with Leverkusen. That's scenes.
And then goes to Liverpool
No one can catch them.
already.
How?
They're both them and Leverkusen are already 4 points. ahead of
Leverkusen actually
Stuttgart.
like ridiculously good.
Yeah, they've done really well. They've won their first 3 games because they've got like Victor Boniface, they've got Florian Wirtz, Edmund Tapsoba. Just trying to throw out random names now. Granit Xhaka has just joined. He's a good player, very good player for the Bundesliga.
Haradeki's still there, if he can keep it.
Radecki, yeah.
15 minutes to go. I don't know what's going to happen.
I thought they'd struggle considering they lost.
Aaron
Teller's
Con-
gone there, hasn't he? From Southampton. That's why he's not playing.
Aaron Connolly was the one who got the goal for Hull.
Grimaldo, Frimpong, Hincapié, Josip Stanisic, Tar, Amiri, Palacios. I've mentioned Wirtz, Hoffman, Schick, Hlozek, Boniface. It's a fantastic team.
I mean, this is the clattering of Dewsbury Hall.
Jesus Christ.
And Mamadidi couldn't really do much with it.
I think he should just have a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no intention with the ball there.
No.
Yeah, Dortmund can go within 2 points of Bayern Munich, but they've got to beat Freiburg.
And Mares got booked. Why are you getting booked? You think he's falling up, mate? What are you got to complain about?
His hair. Ball people
That's
complain.
about worse than these.
I don't know any ball people that don't complain. Pep, Maresca. Caballero's not too complainy.
I'm trying to think of any ball pit that don't complain.
Like The Rock probably has complained before.
Yeah. But everyone's... There's not a single person that can say they've never, complained or moaned.
Put some reverend somewhere.
No, because he'd defend his views, didn't he?
Why would he moan though?
Well, you know what I mean. 40 minutes to go, nothing.
Like, he's not going to complain if there's a queue at a shop. We'll go, well, this is God's plan. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
God,
but
what
it's
about
over
it?
7 hours. Isn't this idea? Big man upstairs.
Stuck at the M25 for 3 days. He had this planned. Mavadidi there brought down by...
As you can point out, the game's gone flat.
Yeah, you always know when it has because you just start talking about
reference.
random shit. Yeah.
Anyone else got anything you want to talk about? Well, we've got 13 minutes of football to watch.
Did they get off their chair?
Joe Aribo's coming on for challenge. I swear Joe Aribo wasn't Nigerian.
Yeah.
Is he actually? Didn't know that.
Yeah, Cherry was Nigerian.
Don't know what I used to. I can't remember what his thing is. Never mind. Moved by the Tigers. I don't really like you saying that.
Oh, well, they're drawing, so they're not mauling anyone.
Like a score.
They could start mauling.
Yeah. 13 minutes to go. Why is this free kick taking so long? Taking 46 seconds to pick the ball. There we go. 48 seconds. Longest free kick in the world.
They're into additional time, by the way, at the... Is it still the KCOM?
Yeah, I think so. I really hope they don't add on loads of time at this game.
Or the MKM Stadium.
Who is that?
Some bloke in the crowd had a go at someone.
What are
Southampton
they
fan.
panning to him for? Like the manager.
Maybe he's famous. Maybe he's Matt Letizia.
His wife might mention him and go absolutely mental. You're on the TV.
Maybe he's part of Matt Letizier's tinfoil hat gang.
What? Oh,
Conspiracy
yeah.
theorists.
I forgot he's a bit strange now. Not strange,
It's
it's just
strange.
unique views. It's their own.
There's a reason he's not on Gillette Soccer Special.
It's their own. I think they were flat.
Yeah.
Good tackle, wow.
Alcaraz.
Good tackle and get back in this game.
Raised it out wide.
Three goals.
Rebo, fresh legs bursting down this right hand side. Walker Peters on the overlap. He uses Carl Walker Peters. Ball in, cleared away by Doyle.
Now you have 11
Leicester have
minutes
looked impressive today. I have to
left. They have
say.
looked great.
You would expect them to be right up there at the sharp end come the end of the season. A strong squad, a good manager. They're playing a nice brand of football.
Yeah, they are. Corner with Ryan Manning's name on it. Can he deliver? Challenge in at JWP. No. Headed away. Flicked on. Put one back.
Armstrong puts it out wide. Here's Ryan Manning.
Didn't fancy that
Walker
time.
Peters. Oh, Manning's forgot the ball. Tries to continue but can't. And it's now out for a throw. I've seen him take like 50 throw-ins today, I have to say.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. 80th minute, clock's on by. We have 10 minutes to go at St Mary's. Game's over. The game is over.
Yeah, feels that way, doesn't it? Feels like Leicester have just been the stronger side today by far, but we make any team look good, says Nick Nack. Yeah, I guess maybe that's true. Who else Leicester? Have Leicester had any other test?
Don't think so, no. But I mean, I was saying they've already used 2 of their breaks from rest without like a triple sub. You'd expect it to be a bit of rotation, a bit of youth.
Yeah.
Give me a run out for 10 minutes.
Well, Leicester play Norwich in the midweek, so that's an interesting one.
Big game.
Yeah, that is. For both sides, really. That could really prove who's going to be right at the sharp end.
Yeah.
Separate the pretenders from the contenders. Then they've got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. This should be interesting as well. But Wednesday, I want to see, like, they've got like their fixtures are really kind. Bristol City, Blackburn, Preston, Stoke, Swansea, Sunderland, QPR,
Yeah.
Leeds, Middlesbrough, Watford, Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom, Plymouth, Millwall.
But
But
the thing
they
is,
don't play anyone difficult.
no, the thing is, who is going to challenge them?
Yeah, I guess.
No one challenges the Leicester side. They could go and beat
They
them.
play Ipswich on Boxing Day.
They just hard, they can't go and beat them.
They've got Ipswich on Boxing Day. They play Ipswich again in January. Yeah, I mean, you'd think that Southampton would be one of the ones that offer them a challenge. There'll be teams, obviously, that do cause them trouble. I think Sunderland could be one at the end of October. They could lose to Norwich in the week, but...
No, they'll lose to Swansea. Way more fans are leaving now.
You know Swansea are going to beat Southampton as well, because obviously Russell Martin.
Yeah.
Rebo should be in the starting 11. Yeah. I was going to say, I would expect... Joe Rebo. We'd expect him to start.
Over who, though?
I expect Alcaraz to start as well.
Over who?
Who played right in field today? Oh, Dozy.
He was good.
Dozy looked good on the wing, yeah.
Didn't like to take him off.
Who did play on the other wing?
Adam Armstrong. Ryan Fraser.
Oh, they go then.
Why did they get Ryan Fraser?
I'd be starting a Rebo midfield rather than Adam Armstrong. I wouldn't be starting Ryan Fraser over players like Alcaraz and Sulemana. I mean, it's just a bit of a weird. I don't really know their system either. Is it a 3-back? Is it a 4-back? Is there anyone in defence? Is it just everyone stand at the front and we'll watch?
I don't think Will Smallbone's been very good.
I would agree with that today, but I think he's a good player. Caden says apparently the Prem are possibly bringing back Christmas Day games like it's just the 80s.
I can't.
Yeah, says I can't see that happening. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Just
No one watch.
attendance would be so reduced. I mean, I'd stream it probably.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, sir.
No. It's Christmas Day.
Yeah, we don't know if we'll do Boxing Day either this year. Obviously, we did do Boxing Day last year. That was quite fun.
Yeah,
It depends
what we're doing.
what the plans are and stuff for Christmas. But we may well do that again. It's quite a nice thing to do.
Depends what the game is. I'm not going to bother
I think it's
spending Boxing Day watching.
I think it's Aston Villa Man United.
Mm,
I want to say
maybe.
you'll probably win.
Don't know.
Obviously, they haven't decided to take TV fixtures and stuff yet.
Tigers.
What? They're drawn. The game's finished.
Actually.
Yeah.
Shot with a tiger.
Notts County, by the way, beat Salford 2-0.
Salford are in the mud. Get Phil Neville in there. Get Gary Neville in the manager. Get him relegated to like the 9th tier. It'd be brilliant. Flicked on again. Picasso, they charge him forward. Ian Acho's come on. That triple change, by the way, I think it was Ian Acho, someone else that came on for Vardy. Someone else and someone else. I only saw the Ian Acho change, to be honest. 6 minutes on the clock. Here
Yes,
comes-
I couldn't, I believe, going on at left back.
Yeah.
And Hamza Chowdhury as well, middle of the field, well, looks a bit. Fatawu running through the team at the minute. That's fantastic. And he's got it out wide to Mavadidi. Ball in, headed away by Manning. Sulemana flicks on. Chowdhury keeps it alive. Here's Adkun. I believe his name was. I may be wrong there. Probably should double check.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know Adkun is. Hang on. A right winger. Maybe it's that lad, the number 25.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's to Ricardo Ferreira, left back. That's Atgun. Atgun.
Where?
The 29.
Oh. Look at him running around.
After him.
Wow, bloody hell, he's come a bit of pace, isn't he?
No, he was actually just didn't catch him. It's like they've been playing now with the football. He's just come on.
That's
And now he's found someone.
silly foul. Rubbish.
Atgun is just running around at 100 miles an hour.
I love it. Intent.
The Turkish winger obviously joined this summer. But yeah, him, Ian Acho, and Hamza Chowdhury were the subs.
Mm-hmm. If they add, honestly, they add on like 7 minutes.
Are you surprised that Klecki Ian Acho didn't get a move in the summer?
A little bit.
When Wolves have no strikers and he's available, it does confuse me.
Daka.
Yeah.
There's so many different strikers.
I could have seen Daka, even in AC Milan, I could have seen Patson Daka.
Yeah.
Something like that. Just an option in rotation with like Giroud and Co. I could have seen something like that working out for him, but yeah, no. And like Dortmund maybe, if they got up front at the minute. Allaire would have been a nice rotation there. I guess Adeyemi as well. But Adeyemi can also play out wide, so just give you loads of options really. Lots of players onto the stream. Who support guys? Both Chelsea fans. Harry's quite fond of Aston Villa. I also quite like Norwich City and Luton Town. So yeah, but mainly Chelsea fans. That's evidenced by his shirt.
Very
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Welcome to the stream though, mate. I believe it's your first time here, in which case welcome. Who do you support? Kaden says, wish Watford got Chowdhury on permanent, not just loan. Yeah. I mean, Watford could do with anyone who's decent at football at the moment.
Off you doing footballer.
Yeah.
Maybe manager, it's not going to last 4 days.
Yeah. Dara, welcome to the stream. A conversation revisited. So how do you feel about the Liverpool midfield now? We were terrible according to you. That's because you were terrible. I mean, you've added TM now, which helps massively, obviously. You needed a defensive midfielder in there, and I think Endo will provide balance. I think McAllister's played a lot deeper than I expected, and I think that's worked so far. I still do think your midfield's quite weak. I think you've been quite fortunate in the game so far. Villa look crap at the minute. Bournemouth was quite a lucky one. Probably should have lost to Chelsea in the opener. And who else did they play? Newcastle. I mean, that was rescued by Darwin Núñez at the death. So I think Liverpool are quite fortunate to be in the position they're in right now. 10 points. 10 points from 4 games. The longest unbeaten run in all of the Premier League. I don't know. I just think your midfield's still quite weak. But I think Endo does go a long way to fix the issue in there because you do need a defensive midfielder. As for Spurs, well, you are very fortunate at the moment, last place because your team are playing wonderful football.
Yeah.
Begrudgingly have to admit it. It's wonderful to watch. I think Postecoglou is an excellent manager. I've been saying it all summer. No one believed me. Even Harry said I was chatting shit, but yeah.
Give it time.
Tottenham playing beautiful stuff. It's exactly what I expected, really. And yeah, I mean, they should, if they got this weekend, Tottenham. Sheffield United should be a cricket to go.
Hope so. Got Maddison and Vicario in my fantasy team.
You've got Vicario now. Fair enough. I've got Maddison and Udogie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only made one change to my FPL team this week. I brought in Nick Pope in goal because while he does play... Who's he got this weekend? Brentford.
Yeah.
I think they could keep a clean sheet there. Either way, he could do better than Onana will against Brighton. Yeah. I think Pope will do well. He's also got some nice fixtures after that, like Sheffield United and stuff. So I think he's a good pick in that. I also don't have any Newcastle players. I feel like I had to add someone.
Yeah.
I couldn't really start Sam Johnson because I'm not 100% that Royston will start him. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Josh says, couldn't disagree more. Fair enough. It's football. It's all a matter of opinions, isn't it? But yeah. So I think the midfield is slightly weak. But I guess we'll see. Blast Place here, could I have mod guys? We don't just give out mod. We haven't actually awarded anyone mod yet from chat. And if we were, we would probably go for some longer term viewers. But as we grow, there will become, I guess we will decide on a mod ship. But yeah, we won't be awarding mods to just anyone who hops in. But welcome, and I hope you become a valued member of the community, mate. Same as you and FPL, what similar sort of players? Yeah, I think both of us have gone quite template.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, obviously, I've got rogue picks. I've had Richarlison every week until I brought him out last week. But yeah, it's sort of the nature of FPL, isn't it? The template is strong, and then it's about finding those differentials and things like that can make the difference. But yeah, Kane says I brought in Vicario, Maddison, and Alvarez this week. Have you got a load of free transfers? You took a load of minus points, Caden. 6 additional minutes by the way in this game. And we're just seeing a replay then of that exquisite finish from Steffi Mavadidi. Yeah, they're smart transfers, Caden. I think the problem with going hard on Tottenham is they don't have a nice run, I would say, from here.
Tottenham, you don't trust Tottenham.
Yeah, exactly. I think they play City. They play City and Liverpool soon, don't they?
Yeah, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Yeah, something like that.
I think they've got United, then Arsenal, Liverpool, and then a nice run.
Yeah, they've got Arsenal and Liverpool, yeah, as you say. So we'll be watching a lot of Tottenham and then Luton, so they'll lose that one as well. So
good run.
After Sheffield United, a horrible run. So that's why I'm not too keen to double down. But yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are my favourite YouTuber, says Blast Blade. Well, thank you.
Bye.
Glad you're such...
That's a quick impression.
I've been watching your video for 2 years.
Oh. Blimey.
The name does sort of ring a bell. I'm guessing you haven't contributed much in chat and comments and stuff, but yeah. Well, I'm glad you've decided to get involved in the live chat today.
Seppi Mavadidi.
Okay, he's wildcarded. Fair enough. But wildcard, he changed 3 players. It's an interesting one. Nick says I swapped out Martinelli for Saka this week. I've got both still. I'm considering bidding Martinelli, but
I've got George Baldock. Not in my team, obviously.
Yeah, I had Issa Kabore first 2 game weeks and then transfer out for Malaga.
He just sat on my bench.
I'm worried about Gusto because Reece James should be fit soon. Atkins got a yellow.
He clattered into
Not much of a surprise, really. He's just gone around trying to attack people.
Vestergaard is hooked at the flag. 4 minutes to go. 16 goals conceded in 7 championship games for 6 championship games for Southampton. Not good enough.
Blast Player says, yes, in stream I haven't come a lot. Fair enough. Well, if you want to get involved more with the community, obviously tune into the streams and stuff like that, but also head on over to the Discord. We've got a Discord link in the description. We're constantly talking about football on there. And yeah, we're trying to make it an even more engaging, is that the right sort of word? Trying to make it more, more interactive and stuff like that. So get involved. It's always great conversations in there.
Yeah.
If you've got video ideas, that's the best way to sort of communicate them to us. The best way to talk about football when we're not live and stuff like that. So yeah.
You can do everything you ever want.
Yeah. That's a great FPL bot in there, which definitely helps if you're playing FPL.
Yeah, halfway through the added time, 3 minutes to go.
Should you play much?
Yeah, I mean, Sky went for Stepiat Mavididi.
Stolen my one, really.
I'm going to go for... Ooh. It's a tough one. They've all looked absolutely brilliant. I think I'm going to go for Casey
McAteer.
McAtee, that's the one.
Yeah.
He looked brilliant. You know, he's looked really good all year. Good, well taken goal. Looked really exciting all game.
Yeah, 21-year-old seems to have a strong future.
Yeah, caused Manning a whole load of problems.
Yeah.
I mean, now
I think I would cause Ryan Manning a few issues as
St
well.
Mary's is home to the Foxes.
I was going to say they are still in full force, but the
And
crowd
30 people.
has, yeah.
They're
There's a lot of empty seats
They're
now.
all in drips and drabs. Like, there's groups of, clearly, like, groups of 3 have stayed, and obviously the people around them have left. You can see, like, a row of, like,
Love Maresca, by the
5.
way. It's so pet that he's still encouraging them and making them go on. And they're coming forwards now, Leicester. Fatawu slides it through. Iheanacho should score! He's put it over.
What a miss. That's why
Just tries to be too cute about it there. Kalecki, Iheanacho. He would have wanted that really for confidence. He's not been too heavily involved in the goal so far for Leicester, and that was a good chance. But yeah, no, just blasting over.
Yeah, not great.
Last place, say, could you guys do a watch along for Tottenham versus Sheffield United? I don't believe it's on TV here in the UK. I know it's not, so unfortunately not. It's probably not a game we would cover anyway. But
Tottenham next weekend, don't we, Arsenal?
yeah, we've got Tottenham next 2 weekends with Arsenal and Liverpool games, so hop in for some of those.
Mavididi, all in. No.
Yeah. In terms of stream schedule, we are live Tuesday and Wednesday this week. I'll be here alone on Tuesday, so please do get involved. It's not just going to be hella lonely. It's the start of the Champions League campaign. AC Milan versus Newcastle. Harry's going to miss it, but he's not around on Tuesdays. But yeah, it's the early kickoff as well, so a bit of a weirder time to be streaming. I believe it's 5:45 kickoff, so we'll be live.
Yeah.
I'll be live from 5:30. Then on Wednesday, of course, Bayern versus Manchester United should be a good one. But we will mix it up this year. I know, well, recently we've been doing, or in the past, we've done we've done both Champions League games.
Yeah.
Given the quality in the Europa League and such this season, I think we are going to start to do a couple of Thursday nights and stuff like that. So, yeah, look out for that. But yeah, James Justin, a strong chance from Kamaldeen Sulemana, and a decision for the referee to make here, and it's the Reds.
Yeah, he's gone.
A silly tackle. No need to do that whatsoever for Sulemana, and he's got himself sent off.
I mean, it goes from bad to worse for Southampton.
A 4-1 loss.
What a terrible way to end the game.
Wow.
I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he is thinking.
And Sulemana had his marching orders. He's reluctant to actually walk, despite the fact Bobby Madley is saying, leave.
Yeah, and that I'm going to change the decision, isn't he, there? He's got to go. Russell Martin's not happy. I don't know what he's got to complain about.
So he's saying that shouldn't be a red. I mean, I'm going to want to see a replay. It's felt maybe a little soft, but it's so stupid going in like that.
Yeah, I mean...
It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
The game's dead. Fatawu, international teammate, I believe, just going over and giving him...
I wouldn't do that. I've just gone through my teammate.
Maybe you still want to be nice. Justin there, just recovering. Armstrong, I think, having a word saying, that's not a red though, is it, lads? Like, come on. He just stamps on his ankle. I mean, that's the thing, it could have been really nasty. And I think where Madley's in, right decision to make, give him a red card.
Play the ball.
Yeah. It was rash, it was reckless. And yeah.
This is the last kick of the game, surely. Long ball. Flicked on, or set it away. Boy Madley will blow.
There we go. Sound 1, Leicester 4. Embarrassing for Southampton. Excellent from Leicester. They are ruthless, the Foxes, and well, they're going to leave St Mary's with all 3 points and a very well deserved 3 points out of that. Has there been a good game involving Man United this season, says Dara's Easy? Not for United, no. But yeah, the Arsenal and Tottenham games are both exciting to watch.
But I mean, what a horrendous game if you're a Southampton fan.
Lots of players asked, could you do a room tour for a video? We spoke about doing this actually about 6 months ago now. Probably, I mean, if it was to be something, it's probably something we'd make members only because it doesn't really fit in with the content on the channel. So probably something we do as members only. So probably want a couple more members before we do any specific content. But that is definitely an idea that we would like to do. I mean, I'm sure you guys will be intrigued to see the behind the scenes of this set. But yeah, never read Ask Nick Nack. I think we just went in too hard. But not that it really matters. No. Cinema though is silly to do either way. I mean, the game's done. But...
probably get rescinded, but yeah.
Thanks for the watch along, no problem. It's good one. Our first championship game of the season. I'm sure we'll probably cover another championship game at some point.
Membership, mate.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Nick Nack. I appreciate that massively, mate. But yeah, that is everything for tonight. As I say, we'll be back on Tuesday for the Champions League. In the meantime, go check out our Premier League predictions. Released that earlier today. Obviously predicting all the Premier League games. If you haven't yet, check out the podcast from in the week. Not a lot of people did. So we talk about most expensive transfers of all time. It's a very interesting episode. That's everything for today, though. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.